and get merry.
And
For our-
a blast from quite the past, Walden is here as well.
Well, hi,
that guy.
I'm Walden. I like pickup trucks.
Fucking redneck.
You guys been sleeping a long time.
Yeah, I'm back. I'm back, baby.
Welcome back, guys.
So,
that?
stuck.
It's our GM Tommy.
How is Billy Bob?
Billy Bob's doing well.
He is
He's
alive. That's really
you know,
the most important part.
Yeah, I mean,
he's seen some other crazy healing and was pretty impressed by it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Bien can now walk normal.
hey, that's always good.
Sorry, Fal Yuan's knee has somehow made a full recovery.
Did he get his fingers back?
It was a magical
Yet,
recovery.
but
obviously.
there's a quest in which we can acquire certain ingredients to regrow Fal's fingers. Henri has provided a list of things he would need to cast such an amazing spell.
Who is this?
Which is true.
He is the village elder.
Well, let's give a little recap so that we can catch Walden and our hundreds and thousands of streamers out there.
Millions of viewers.
Thank you all for watching with us tonight.
Please, one at a time.
Thank you.
All
Remember,
Thank you
12
for-
drink
of you.
RC Cola, folks. RC
Thank you
Cola.
for all your generous.
Mhm.
Yeah, all those donations you can't give because I never set up the donation button.
All right. Well, that's fine. We don't
That's
need
like
anything.
Step one.
No, we're doing this shit for free.
Yeah.
Pro bono. I mean, until we
Quest.
set up
As long as
Um,
there's a record deal, we'll always be friends.
All right, Bien, why don't you go ahead and read us the recap that you have so kindly written? And
Spit us a
catch
tale,
things up.
Fal Ewan.
We left things off, I will say, at the door in behind the waterfall.
Yep.
Inscribed with all sorts of weird monsters and things like that upon it.
That is correct.
Monsters.
Take it away.
Brute forcing their way through the doors, Thal Yuan, Viz, and company proceed into what appears to be a hallway touched only by dust. The pioneers make their way in and see that they're the first of explorers in a long time. Steadily making their way in, the party find themselves amidst corridors and a door impressed with spheres within a uniting ring. Unable to make their way through the locked door, they continue on. Eventually, Viz happens upon a floating crystal around the corner and assesses that it's magical and could be a sentry of sorts. Wanting nothing to do with anything magical and dangerous, Fal Yuan presses on. Viz,
Smart boy.
unable to contain himself, goes back to kick the crystal and instantly disappears.
Oh.
Fal Yuan
Well.
sighs, and along with the rest of the traveling party, inspects the crystal to see what's become of Viz. As it turns out, the crystal had teleported any curious creatures back out into the jungle miles away from the waterfall. Wanting to make the most of daylight, the group quickly gets their bearings and decide to trek back to the waterfall to secure fresh water for the rancid. Along the way back, however, Fal Yuan spies a group of tribal elves and tall bipedal reptiles resting along shore a pond. Considering his injuries and what appears to be saddles on the creatures, Fal Yuan agrees with Viz to make their presence known rather than sneaking away slowly or making combat. At first, the tribal warriors seemed guarded, and common was not a known language to them. However, familiar ground is found through broken Elvish. With both parties more relaxed, the leader of the pack introduces himself as Tonri and tells our party that they are Bonbin, people of the island. After a brief discussion, Tonri suggests that they visit their leader Unri for more answers. Tonri, realizing that the party have no mounts, offers them to ride along what they now know are Allosauruses and race through the jungle to their home village. The Bonbin village was a spectacle to behold for our esteemed guests and villagers alike. As the party stares in the bewilderment of villagers, children, and tiny dinosaurs, Tonri advises them not to mingle as they haven't had visitors for decades. He continues to lead them to the village center, up a pagoda where they're greeted by 5 men in flowing robes. Tonri leaves the party there as he fetches Unri. If someone were to question the heroes about their encounter with Unri, they'd probably reflect and say that they were surprised at how easy it was to trust him. He was as wise as he was old and produced a calm demeanor. As the robed men bound to him, Unri wastes no time in welcoming the party as if, gazing deep into them, asks what brings them to the Bonbin village. Fal Yuan is stumped at first and explains that they were lost at sea and happened upon the island, but soon learns that Unri sought a deeper answer. He contemplates and tells Unri why he set out on his journey, which pleases him. Upon asking Viz answers that he wants to protect the people and keep them safe from all the evils of the world, Unri insists that if the party is to accomplish their goals,
It's not
they need
exactly
to
what
enter
I said, but okay.
Unri insists that if the party is to accomplish their goals, they need to enter the shrine of the Davari and blesses them with a prayer. As they leave Unri, they're told that they're at the Isle of Dragons. Tonri explains that Unri has kept the island safe from the outside world by conjuring storms, which Viz surmises perhaps Unri had brought them here. That evening, Tonri assists the gang in trade and supplies. Viz purchases a copy for a pet, while Fao Yuan trades his old spear for an Allosaurus egg. Tonri quickly notices that Fao Yuan is injured and is surprised he hasn't been healed properly. After a quick exchange, Tonri fetches Unri, who examines Fao Yuan and begins to heal his leg with Viz's help. While Billy Bob's use of healing magic was intimidating and aggressive, Unri's use was an ember of a feat that healed Fao Yuan's leg completely. He's amazed, but his demeanor quickly changes when he notices Unri's exhaustion in the process. Unri explains that he can help mend Fao Yuan's hand, but will require rare items from the island, which he agrees to obtain. That night, Fao Yuan stays and gets advice on how to care for the egg, while Viz goes to mingle in the village despite Tonri's prior warning. Viz then happens upon a stall of a crazed merchant, which every other villager seems to ignore. Drawn to an amulet, he quickly tries to trade for it, but the merchant denies him and states that it's not for trade for all the gems in the world. Viz then pulls out a vial of squid ink and weaves a splendorous tale, which the trick merchant quickly trades for. A successful Viz returns to the group prouder and sturdier and finds Tonri has readied up a trade caravan for them and is ready to go.
In a rare feat, Viz rolled a nat 20, and it was amazing.
It was pretty awesome.
It was perfectly timed.
And that's where we left off.
It was quite the
So,
encounter you
wait.
guys missed. Yeah, that village was bitching. Although we're
So
still here.
we're not in the Isles of Verdun. We're at the Dragon.
We have been teleported
Yes.
somehow thousands of miles to the south, yes.
Well, that rattler sucks a dick.
Or so it seems.
Yes.
I mean-
Yes, so it would be.
According to these people.
And, you know,
So I hope
we haven't
you
gotten back to the
didn't
Rancid to see
wanna
them check
get
the
to
stars yet.
arches.
No, you haven't.
Hmm.
So
Have I
I'll
gotten
set this- I'll set
any
this-
word back from my my messenger?
Oh yeah, your
how many-
messenger.
How many days has it been since I sent that message to Caldorius?
It's only been like 2 days, but you guys are really far away now.
Yeah, I don't know if it would know how
Oh,
to
that's
find
very
us
true.
anymore.
No, we
it's
know how to find
magical.
him.
It's,
It's magical, but
it's
it might take a
completely-
little while because it's a bird.
Yeah. All right. Well, that
Um,
just a wonder. It's only been 2
Yep.
days, but now I'm like, you know, it might have been flying the wrong direction for a day because it, you know, thought I was in one place and I wasn't. Right?
Well, I mean,
Yeah,
you
fun.
were until
Just-
you
yeah.
weren't.
Weren't. Yeah. Exactly. When
so
that
I'm
happened,
gonna sort of set the
maybe
scene a
our
little bit for you
magical
guys.
wizard might be able to tell us how we transported.
I'm still trying to figure that one out. I assume
thousands of-
Henri's shamanistic powers had a hand in it. He seems to be quite a powerful shaman. That is how he was able to heal Fao's leg. And
Yeah, your leg looks good.
Yeah.
So we were in a temple before we met these guys, right?
Well, yes. I meddled
Have
with...
we been able to make our way back to that waterfall?
Not yet. We are on our way back to there with
With a-
trade
with a
goods
caravan?
from the village.
Well, to be honest, it seems like you guys were on your way back to where the boats were.
Well, yes. First
Not
to the
necessarily
boats
on the
and
way back to
then
the water.
eventually to... We do need to get back to that temple. It has been made clear to us that something we seek is behind those doors.
This is a pretty crazy island to be exploring and looking for stuff that we seek.
So let me sort of set the scene for you guys a little bit.
Hmm.
So it is towards the end of the day, like late afternoon. You guys wanted to travel to meet with Ringo before, basically before like the day was through. Which you imagine they told you you'd be able to get there in just like a couple hours. So it shouldn't be that difficult to get there by nightfall. For those of you who weren't here, this village is sort of, it has some walls to it that are made out of wood. And all the villagers are of elven descent. All of them are dark skinned, have dark hair. and have, very similar features to what all the other elves you've ever seen have. But they're probably the first dark-skinned elves that you've seen who live on the surface. You've been informed that they call themselves Bonbin, which is also what they seem to also refer to the land and the town and the area as. Like, they in the area, they seem to think are one.
Okay.
Tonri is the lead or the main elf that you guys met out in the field. He seems to command this small band of scouts. They're a band of like 6 elves on Allosaurus back, who patrol, it seems like, the lands around the village. In the village, you've seen another maybe 200 people or so.
What other animals other than an Allosaurus have I seen?
So currently, like, while you guys are kind of hanging out in town, there's a bunch of, there's some people milling about and stuff like that. It's getting towards dinner time for some, and people getting off work and whatnot. And you can see that there's running around kind of like cats and dogs are these little, these small little dinosaurs, kind of like compies.
Like
They
the
seem a
little
little bit-
ones,
yeah, like
the
the
ones
little
that are
ones
like
in-
chickens.
Yeah, exactly. They seem to be a little bit more domesticated, where they're like pets, like slightly more friendly.
Small, what
But
would
in
you
the
call
same
it?
way,
Small
like-
raptor
Yeah, we'll call them compies.
combies.
And other than that, the main thing that you've seen is this sort of large, like horned creature that's like probably about 10 feet or 12 feet long, 6 feet wide, maybe about 6 feet at the shoulder. Kind of like a rhinoceros in a way, like those kind of feet. But with like a big horn up front and sort of like a big plate on its head. And this thing is what's pulling all of their the equipment that in the trading materials that you guys have been able to barter for. And the trading materials look like there seems to be all sorts of different foods, like fruits and vegetables and stuff like that seem to be grown around here that they've harvested that have been packed into crates.
So
And they've also procured, it looks like about 100 gallons or so of water in, 2 huge barrels.
that's pretty awesome that they're just trading with us for us to take back to the ship.
Yeah,
Mhm.
they're gonna, basically bring that with you guys back to the
And
ship.
they are fond of gems, and we have gems, so...
So the horned ones, can I just put Triceratops?
Yeah,
Is it 3 horns on their head?
they only have one.
So it's like a rice.
You can call it a
Triceratops.
Riceratops. You can call it a Riceratops if you want.
Yeah, why not? So That's a big thing that'll be fun.
Monoceratops.
yeah, and then I have seen like a pterodactyl, but it's way up there. in
Yeah,
the
something
sky.
along those lines. Yeah.
Crazy. This place
Um,
is fucking nuts.
It's
And so-
Jurassic Park.
What
What?
Unri has told you, who is sort of like this wise person, or shaman, if you will, of Bonbin, what he's told you is that the answers that you guys seek is in what he calls the Shrine of Duvari.
That sounds pretty accurate. Yes.
And that is located behind this waterfall, deep in the
That's over here.
forest. That's kind of, buried, not so easy to find.
Does it have a
But you
pain
guys
in
have
the
been
ass
there.
gem
You guys
that'll
have been
send
there
you?
before. So basically, all you have to do is find your way back there. Once you've done with the other tasks that you wanted to do with dealing with Ringo and whatnot.
Oh, well, that
Additionally,
doesn't-
on this island, it seems like there can be some side questing to be done to obtain, basically like 3 items. I think we said, Bien.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Did we say what they were?
We
Um,
did.
Do you have a list of them?
Yes. Let me pull it up here. Let's see here.
Meadow Lily from Mesa, a piece
the
of
mesa.
tri-top horn
And white chalk from the
From
cliffs.
the cliffs.
And that'll help you, Falyun, get your fingers back.
Get his digits returned to him, yes.
Yes.
Well, that doesn't seem too important. So
So, fuck it.
Tom, was it metal as in like METAL or meadow as in MEADOW?
MEADOW.
Yeah, Meadow Lily.
Meadow Lily, and that's from on top of the mesa.
Ooh.
The mesa you guys have visited, that's where you first encountered Tonri's like band of rangers or scouts. They were at the base of this mesa where a river sort of runs through it. And the mesa is about, what do we say? I think about 60 feet tall. So it's quite the climb to get up to the top of. For some, maybe not for a druid.
Or a teleport. Ho-ho!
Well, someone with
You guys are fairly certain that the cliffs were the cliffs that you guys originally sort of landed your boats on, because those were all like these white, like chalk-looking cliffs.
Mhm.
You just have to find a place to be able to harvest it. And then a tri-top, you're not really sure what that is. It might
We
be.
do know it has horns.
Yeah, you do know it has horns. It's probably quite large. And so those are the three things that, if you wanted to side quest, which Falyun might, to save his digits, you could side quest for Falyun's digits. So that sort of leaves us in the village. You guys are ready to depart Tonri is ready to depart. The scouts are basically going to escort you guys and this load of supplies and stuff like that to go meet with the other members of Ringo's party. So you do have a member of Ringo's party with you. You have the sailor, Josh Brolin. He is sailor extraordinaire, just like Billy Bob is cleric extraordinaire. He sort of represents the Rancid's interests. He's been quite helpful.
Yeah. It's been pretty awesome.
Yeah. So, I guess we'll pick it up right there. Josh Brolin's like, so what's the deal, boys? Where are we going?
Not for nothing,
no?
but it seems we always surround ourselves with the best.
Well,
Just saying.
why do anything else?
at least
Um,
people that are extraordinary.
Josh winks.
I say we head back to the boats, and then maybe you can signal them to send some other boats to pick up the supplies, and
Yeah,
we'll
finish
head back
this
into the forest.
Yeah, finish this trade of salts, and then we continue to the temple. Yeah, I agree with Kenny.
Yeah, I talked with Tonri. He said that the caravan will take us basically right to the top of the cliffs where my men should be down below, where we sort of left them with the longboats and stuff. So then all we got to do from there is hook up some rigging, lower some supplies down. Shouldn't be too tough.
Sounds like we have a course of action.
Well, we don't know what the trade is yet. Ringo needs to discuss that.
Oh, no, I worked something out with him.
Oh, you did? All right.
Yeah,
Oh, that's right. You're all second in command.
you got it.
Well, then that takes care of that.
Perhaps you'd like to make us privy to the deal you struck with these people.
Oh yeah,
we can.
I'm trading them 2 of those sheep. In addition to that, we got some cargo in there that Tonri said it might be kind of fun for them to play with. Gunpowder, couple guns.
Okay.
So yeah.
Wait, do they have guns down here?
No.
All right. Well, I can, for a small fee, train them in their use.
Oh yeah. Tonri might
be
be willing. Tonri might be really interested in that.
Yes. Well,
Yeah, if you guys are gonna hang out for a little while, for like a couple days.
Well, I just mean it's something we can use as a bartering chip if we need
Mhm.
something. So,
Perhaps-
but also they might blow their own heads off. So we might want to just give them a little prelim. Don't point it away from you, kind of stuff.
I think that would be wise.
It's just so that we don't come back to the village and they're like, "Hey, we're all dying. What did you do to us?"
Yeah, what are these devil sticks? Well, yeah.
Yeah. Well, man, do we have devil sticks? That's something I would trade them for. Yeah.
I mean, as a druid, I am completely proficient in devil sticks. Just so you know.
You would be.
That does come with the territory.
Yes,
Of being
yes.
very creepy.
He gets a +5 proficiency bonus if fish are singing. Like just the animals fish.
Yeah.
If you're any part fairy, you're proficient in devil sticks.
I think that works.
All right.
All right, let's do it.
So you guys are ready to head out? No more palling around in Bonbin?
Unless anyone
No.
else would like to. So that amulet,
No, let's get our asses to that cave.
Kenny and
as quick as
Walden,
possible.
the amulet I got was a amulet of protection, which is pretty
Ooh.
neat.
Well, that's fairly neat.
I hoodwinked a madman out of a magical trinket.
Well, that's
Welcome to
awesome.
my world.
That-
Morally
I mean,
questionable. At
Karma's
best.
never gonna come back to bite you in the ass.
Well, he seems to really like that squidding, so who am I?
I mean, here's what I'm gonna say. You rolled a 20.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I'm gonna say. Next time you
Well,
have a streak
maybe-
of
Maybe that
Unfortunate
squid ink
luck.
is magical. Are you sure
I
you don't
mean-
want that? You might want to trade
Anyway.
back for that squid ink. You never know.
I mean, I have more squid ink. I have a lot of squid ink.
Yeah,
That was
but
like
that
one
vial
small
seems
vial of
better.
like 4.
You rolled a 20, so I'm assuming you convinced yourself that it's worth everything in the world.
Yeah, right.
Well, I mean, you did do a good job of trading for it.
um.
So
All
you
right.
guys are ready to
I
head
don't know
out?
how a 20.
Yes.
I mean, I
God,
failed.
thank
but-
you, Mr. GM. Let's move along.
All right. So you guys
We have
tell Bonbin that you're ready to go. No, not Bonbin. I'm sorry. Tell Tonri that you're ready to go.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, all right, sweet deal. And he kicks his team into gear. They whistle to the gate guards. The gate guards begin to open the gates up that lead out into the forest and sort of like this, dense jungle-like area. But it has a wide path that's at least 10 feet wide that you guys are able to fit pretty easily on.
As we travel, can I talk to Tonri about the predators of the area? Because
Yeah,
all
sure.
I've seen are really domesticated stuff, and talk to him about what I should be looking for as far as top.
Yeah,
I'll
so,
listen in on
alpha
that
predators in the
conversation.
area.
Most definitely. Basically, it only takes you guys a couple hours to travel to these cliffs through the forest, and you're a pretty loud group because you've got 6 Allosauruses, and you've got this one enormous what would we call it?
Rhinoceratops.
Rhinotops.
Rhinotops.
Rhino. We have and this big Rhinotops because it's not quite as big as a Triceratops would be. It's only about 12 feet long and about 6 feet wide, which is big,
like
but it's not as
it's like
big
a-
as.
A large crocodile, like girthy, but a monitor lizard
and
with
stout.
a horn.
Exactly. And armored like a rhino.
Oh, in no way.
And
Like an
so it's pulling this sled, basically, that's loaded with all the gear. And you guys are sort of dispersed around it. Are you guys going to ride on the Allosauruses or walk? This thing moves pretty slow, so.
I mean, I'd hop on the back of a spare Allosaurus if it were.
No, there's
my
not a
way.
spare one. It's more like you can ride with one of the riders.
Yeah, I mean, if there's like a spare bitch seat.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Plenty of
If we're going slow, I don't mind walking.
Yeah, I'm
I'm gonna
walking.
ride. I'm gonna ride on the beast of burden. Seeing
And
how
chat
I'm
with
probably I'm light enough, and he'd probably be at point. So
So over the hour or so, or hour or two, Kenny, you learned from Tonri that there's at least 3 really large predators on the island that are really dangerous. There's the Trexasaur, which is what you would call like a gargantuan-sized bipedal lizard. that's carnivorous and likes to eat all sorts of other lizards and stuff like that. Basically, it's like the apex predator on the island.
Oh my. It's a T-Rex.
It's a Trexosaur.
She's got babies. Isn't that one of the lines or something like
Yeah.
that? And so, additionally, there's the tritop, which is I mean, it's also, you would say, of the same size. It's just shaped much differently. Where this thing's like about 8 feet tall to 10 feet tall at the shoulder, has 3 enormous horns, is about 20 feet long or so. Probably weighs close to like 30 tons.
Jesus.
And has like enormous like elephant-like feet, and like skin and stuff to it.
Boys, we're in
It's
Monster
Triceratops.
Hunter World.
Yep. So it's a Triceratops, and the third one.
And lastly, it's
Is
what?
it big and armored with a big clubby tail by any chance?
No. Instead, actually, it's they're not really it's not really huge. Like those were the 2 like very large things. And oh, sorry, the tritop is a what's it called, omnivore. It'll eat meat and plants. And the other one, they're more like the wolves of the island. They are basically just raptors. They roam
Like
in
full-
packs.
Velociraptor
Yep.
type of.
Not the ones that like sprout the things and spray the goo. They're just like
Clever girl.
The ones
Yeah.
from the kitchen.
the ones from the kitchen, exactly.
Awesome. So
And
I
they roam
need
in
to.
packs of between 3 and 4 up to you learn that they've seen them in packs of up to 7 or 8 as well.
They do move in herds.
So real quick,
Also,
does he know
endless
where I can
Jurassic Park
see?
jokes are totally fine. Go ahead.
Does he know where I can see any of these predators?
He
Easily?
asks you why you would want to.
Research purposes.
He basically, over the course of it, he just like, you can see every time you mention that, he just suggests that that's a bad idea. So basically, he doesn't
All right.
want to tell you.
Well, we need to
If you
hunt
want, you can make a
Tritops.
persuasion check to try to.
I'm gonna as a druid, I'm gonna try to make a persuasion check, even though my
Yeah, you can try to appeal to his natural side.
I mean,
And be like,
look,
"Listen."
I'm a druid. I'm of nature. I'm looking to find these things so I can commune with, nature better, and to survive on the island. Persuasion, right?
Yeah, make me a persuasion
Ooh,
check.
man,
Wait,
gotta love that -1.
can I assist them in this time?
I mean, how would you want to assist in this?
I tell him, Tonri, well, we may not need to find the other 2, but the Tritops would help in my hand, Unri says.
Yes, he said it would be an important part of a magical component, the tri-tip horn, to help
All right,
with
Kenny, roll
health.
me another d20. As
Yeah,
a
he said it. I'm helping too.
individual.
He said it.
Oh, no.
Not so good with the advantage. But still, an 11 is not a failure completely. Tonri's like, well,
Look at
I
me,
won't
he's
tell you.
only
I
got
won't tell
3
you where to.
fingers.
I won't tell you where to find the other 2. But the tritop, often they roam around the base of the mesa, and use that river as a drinking source, as do many creatures. But they tend to roam in pairs or solitary. So that's where we run into them most. There's also the plains to the north. It's a pretty dangerous place, though.
Yeah. Okay. Good. Thanks. No.
I appreciate it. Oh, he's gone.
Bye, Mister. What? Tristan? Thank you. Hey guys, we should go to the base of the mesa by the river.
His name is Tonri.
Yes, I completely agree.
I mean-
I'm just gonna level myself up 30 times now that Tommy's gone.
Mm-hmm.
That seems completely, that sounds about right. Gentlemen, I think we should get back to that waterfall thing, but perhaps a little side questing for Faluan's fingers might find us in a fairly fantastic
Well-
situation.
I don't know what
Well-
side quest means, but I'm all for it, man. Anything that could help get his fingers back. I partially, I never said this, but I partially feel responsible for the fact that you lost your fingers because I sort of started that whole assault on that orc encampment, and then, or not the orc encampment, but what were they?
The
What
Silver
was that
Runners? The
the Circle of Three.
yeah, the Circle of Three.
Yeah.
Yeah, I sort of had that thing. I started that, and then, some guy sliced off your fingers, and, well, now that it can be healed, I just want you to know I always felt bad about it.
I appreciate it, but know that I would not have done anything differently. You are all alive. That's all that matters.
You wouldn't have done anything differently even if it would have saved your fingers?
Well, that is neither here nor there,
I
right?
mean, obviously he
I
would
mean-
have, but he can't, so...
Oh,
Well,
yeah,
we
you weren't
can
even there
fix
for
it.
that, Viz.
no, I wasn't.
I
I
forgot.
also-
We had this other elf
also-
guy.
I also feel responsible for not being able to heal them after they were sliced off.
Yeah,
Look,
kind of
there's
pathetic.
nothing that could have been done. With an injury
Well-
of that kind, it's amazing he has as many fingers as he does have.
Which is 3 on his left hand, right?
3.5.
Shoulder arm.
It could have
Yes.
been worse.
I mean, technically, it was like the
Oh,
ring
that's
and the
not too
pinky.
that. That's not that bad. I guess I don't feel horrible.
I mean, I feel bad, but we can grow them back, and if we find this tri-top, maybe I can disguise myself as a tri-top to try to lure Trexasaur out, so I can see one of them, and then turn into like a tiny little lizard and run away.
Wait a second. You think you can turn yourself into these things now?
Oh yeah,
That's amazing,
oh yeah,
man.
oh yeah.
Oh,
man.
shit.
I'm gonna try to fit one of these things that I'm sitting on while we're riding in that cave and see what happens. It's gonna be great.
Whoa.
I can't see
Ah.
anything bad happening.
I mean,
I
we
guess-
can open all kinds of doors. Brute force was how we opened the door in the first place, right?
Yes. Nothing can go wrong.
I mean that, or I could
Surely.
turn myself into an ant and try to get through the doors that way.
That's true. Sometimes smaller's bigger.
What?
Yeah.
Sometimes small is bigger.
You know.
That old famous New England line.
Can't get smaller from bigger. What?
Sometimes small is better.
Sometimes
Anybody?
that's better.
Anybody got any text messages or
Yeah, I was just gonna say maybe we should check in.
Oh, yeah, see
contact
if he's
from
okay.
our? I mean, we're doing pretty good staying in character, guys. This is pretty good. But I take it we're just traveling to either after we've
This is
dropped
like
off the
characters
supplies.
talking. Yeah.
Yeah, we're just like running. We're like riding through the forest. So, I mean, once we get to this temple again, let's not touch the stone. I mean, Faluan, not for nothing, you were smart for walking away from it. I mean, Viz, did you let it get the better of you, didn't you?
Well,
Yeah.
I
Wait,
mean, I had to
wait,
go
hold-
back and check a second time to see.
I mean,
What is
so
going
Hold
you
on
did.
now.
You
Can I
did
ask
let.
something? So
Yeah.
Tom says
you
that
were
he
on the Isle of
refresh, by the way.
Verdun. We were on the Isle of Verdun, and then you kicked the stone and we got teleported?
No. This is one of the Dragon Isles, and apparently one of the Davari temples is here.
Yeah.
But we
Fancy.
never made it to the Isle of Verdun. That's my
No.
question.
Nope.
Yeah, we
nor
skipped past it.
Stormtop or the Arches.
No, we made
or
it
any place
here
else.
through a storm that happened on sea, and then when we awoke, we were somehow thousands.
Yeah, it was kind of
miles
crazy.
away.
The storm approached after we downed the Griffins, and Ringo was like, "Hey, yo, I've got a fucking arrow through my face, but you guys better get below deck because this is gonna be some fucking shitty weather." And when we woke up the next morning, there was a fucking island next to us. Now, the last time I think about that making sense, it certainly doesn't. Because as far as where we were supposed to be and where we are,
Very strange, man. Very
it doesn't make
strange.
sense. Viz, did you feel any magical fucking brouhaha, or I mean, I don't think
Unfortunately,
I did.
wasn't conscious while it was occurring.
Obviously, none of us were. We thought it was just a regular storm. But do we think we got fucked by somebody in a storm on purpose and
I
brought
think
this far
Henri
south
may
on
have
purpose?
used the seas to guide our ship
So,
here.
so this guy
Henri?
reached out. So
Yes.
this guy, who reached out and grabbed our ship,
He seems to be
out
a
of all the
guide
peop-
of sorts.
out of all the people, just happens to be where the Davari, the things that we were looking for in the Isles of Verdun, which we're not in apparently, is.
Well, you see, Kenny,
Here?
this is the sort of situation when we stop throwing around the just so happens to be. Obviously, none of this is coincidental. This man is here for a reason and pulled us to him for a reason. We are meant to
That's
be
kinda
here,
crazy.
and we are meant to find this temple.
Do you think your
I
guy
think-
Calidorius would have had anything to do with it? Like he would have said, "Hey, get these guys there."
Oh no, Tommy's
know-
computer crashed and he's having trouble restarting.
Oh no.
If he doesn't
Well,
have one of those
I
blue
don't-
screens of death.
I mean, he uses an Apple, so I don't think they have those.
They have gray screens of death on Macs.
They have like a. What would an Apple crash look like? It
You
would
get
be
like a
like-
gray screen and it tells you like the system is not something about how it's like not activating properly or whatever, and then it says it in like 8 different languages.
I think it would be like a digital Steve Jobs on a stage. He'd be like,
Ah.
"I've got a surprise for you.
And it's just his
Your
balls.
computer is no longer working. You're fucked for life." Steve Jobs or something.
I
don't know.
actually own this technology. Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you.
From the grave.
You like that, huh? It's just his balls in the camera. You like that?
In like
huh?
ASCII animation.
Yeah.
Well, we got.
You
Hey
didn't
guys,
say
we
the
got-
magic word. Wait,
guys,
wait.
we got
I've got a Jurassic Park reference.
Go for it.
You didn't say the magic word. It's like Newman. You guys remember that part?
When
Newman!
he hacks the system.
Yeah. Yeah. Pretty good.
So-
Great job, Nate.
So, yeah,
Pat on the back.
all around good Jurassic Park references. But the crazy
Yeah, I
thing is,
gotta
I'm gonna turn
work
into
on
these
my dad
fucking
jokes.
lizards. I'm gonna turn into these fucking lizards when we're on the mainland, and people are gonna shit a brick. It's gonna be great.
Are you
gonna be
gonna
great.
turn? Are you gonna turn into one of these things you're riding?
Maybe.
So I
Pretty
guess
cool.
Joe might be called a beast of burden.
Oh,
Is
I
there-
love it, man.
Beast of burden.
Never,
that's a
never,
good
never, 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 never me.
So,
Tom says he's auto-installing an update and will be here ASAP.
okay, well that means everybody should
Let's play
probably
Xbox.
continue to be in character, and we'll just say we're traveling to.
That wasn't
The,
character. Let's play Xbox.
Oh yeah.
Quick round of magic.
Viz summons
Quick.
the celestial
excuse you.
Xbox out of the ground.
No, he just pulls out a box that's got a rib in it and a pair of dice.
Oh boy, steal the rib time.
Oh, steal the rib.
Wait, can we just play it in chat?
Yeah,
I guess we could. Yeah, what is it? 3d6, right?
And you want 2 6s is a full shrimpy.
Yeah. If you get
I thought it was
a
2d6.
6 and then
It's
like
2D. It's 2D.
No, but I think it should be 3d6 because then you have more of a chance of getting like a half. Because it's like,
yeah, because it's like what, a 4 and higher and a 6 is a half shrimpy.
yeah, no, it's just a half shrimpy is a 6 and nothing else.
No, I
We
thought
need
it
to
had to
come
be
up
like
with-
a 6 and like a 4, 5, and 6 was a half shrimpy.
Wait,
I thought
I thought.
half shrimpy was just a 1 6 and one other.
Yeah,
Didn't matter.
1-6.
And then you held on to the 6 and like you re-rolled until you got a full shrimpy. We need to come up with some rules.
I was gonna say
I-
Steal the Rib is a real slow game.
Yeah.
Kind of like Magic the Gathering.
But I like like 3 die.
So how about this? You have to have 1 6 and then a 4, a 5, or a 6 on either of the other 2 dice, and that's a full shrampy. That's when you can try to steal the rib. Once the first 6 is rolled, somebody's pinging on the map.
I'm just like dragging my cursor around.
So if you roll a 6, that stays, and then somebody else picks up the other 2 dice until you roll a 5 or 6. How about no 4? It's just a 5 or 6. So if you roll all 3 dice, so here I'm gonna roll 3d6. So I would pass. None of my dice would stay, and somebody else would pick up the next round. So Walden, pick up 3d6.
1 sec, I got a cat in my way. Ooh.
You don't get any either. So
Okay, but we
BN,
need like other combos.
How about 1, 2, 3 is an instant loss?
Well,
You
I think
give
yeah.
you give all of your you give your money to.
I think 3 6s is like a full rib. Like you get
A
the
rack
rib.
of ribs.
Yeah, rack of ribs.
A full
I was
rack.
a full rack is good, or a shrimp and a half.
Shrimp,
And you get, and then like if you get 2 6s and any other number, that's when somebody has to say steal the rib. That's when anybody has a chance to say steal the rib, and they have to go for the rib.
And then in order to win,
But
like,
3
just
6s, like you get the
you
rib.
win.
Yeah.
So
And then
1
2
6
6s is when everyone can go at it. But yeah, what happens
Exactly.
if you get a 6 and then like?
Well,
you
no.
know,
How about if you roll 2 6s
Okay.
right off the bat? Anybody can go for the rib, but whoever gets it has to split what they win with you, because you rolled the
Wait,
2
why
6s.
make it that complicated?
Yeah, because then I
'Cause
mean that
I think-
takes the whole like feat of like quickness out of it. It's like the most
Well,
point of being.
But if you roll 1 6, you set that's the half shrampy. 1 6 is a half shrampy, and you continue to pass the dice.
No,
You're
so
the
That's what I'm
that's
saying.
when you can split pot. If you roll a half shrimp and you hold on to your 6, that's when you get to be part of the pot.
But if you roll 2
Well, I was
6s,
just gonna
you don't.
say, I
If
think
you
see,
roll
that's what
2
I-
6s, that's just when everyone can go for it. So you almost want to roll only 1 6, so you're like assured a part of the pot. And then
Oh,
when
well, I was
someone
gonna
rolls
say,
like 2
maybe it's like
6s,
you
but then
don't
if someone
split
else
the
rolls
pot.
3 6s, like you know,
Hold on, I'm gonna write this out and see. So a 1, 2, or 3 is a
But
loss.
remember, everybody has to whisper half shrimpy.
when
if you roll a 6,
Half shrimpy. Half
you
shrimpy.
set you set half shrampy.
That's when the half shrimpy rule goes into effect. I think the 6 stays on the board.
Yeah,
Everybody else starts
stays.
rolling two
Yeah, 2 die.
d6.
and if
Yeah,
someone else
so-
rolls 2 6s,
But I don't think-
they
Yeah,
they get the
they get-
rack.
Full
but
rack.
I don't think they.
But
need,
if someone
I don't
else
think
just
you
rolls
need,
1 6, then it turns into full
No,
shrampy, and then everyone can go for the rib. steal
and
the rib.
everyone can
Wait.
go for the rib. Exactly. Yeah.
Wait. So 2 6s. If you roll
Is-
2 6s,
Well,
and
let's
a
start from
4,
the very top. If you roll 3 6s, full rack. you
full
win.
rack, you win total. So if you roll a 1 2 or 1 2 3, it's a loss.
And steal the rib is best out of 5, I think. You know what I mean? Like
so-
you play 5 rounds, and whoever gets, or the first to 3 maybe, because
Yeah,
5
first to
rounds.
3.
There's multiple there's multiple people. It
Okay,
might not
so-
work out.
Full rack is of full 6s. 2 6s plus any other number sets the. I was gonna say that makes you split the pot with whoever wins that round. That because
What,
setting
if you
the full
get 2
shrampy.
6s?
Yeah,
No, I
That
feel
means
like it should be like if you get 3 6s, that's just like stroke of freakish
A win.
luck. Yeah, like 3 6s shouldn't be the thing we're going for. It should just be 2 6s, and we have the third one there just to like make the game go faster.
So if you set 2 6s, so if you roll 1 6, that sets a half shrampy.
Yeah, you get to hold on to a 6, and then we got a half shrimp set up, and then people roll 2 die from then on. And if
Yeah,
2 6s
then-
get rolled, they roll the rack, which means they just get the rib. But if someone else but if they roll just 1 6, then it turns into a shrampy, and everyone can go steal the rib.
So if you roll 1 6, or if you roll 2 6s in any other number, anybody can steal that rib. It's a free for all.
Yeah. And that's like, and you can. So do we want the option of like you don't have to hold on to a half shrampy, because that sets up the situation of someone only needing to roll 2 6s to get the rib.
No, I say if you roll the 2 6s
That's
after
interesting.
the half shrampy's
I
already
mean, like
set,
I like the idea
it's
of
not the
strategy
full
being
rack.
added.
It's just it. So I say the full rack can only come on a straight shot. Like you have to roll 3 6s the first time you pick up your first time in the round.
So if you roll the 6, and if someone else gets the 2 6s, they win the round, but you get part of the pot.
No, it's the same as the free for all. It's the same as rolling 2 6s and any other number the first time.
Back.
Woo!
Welcome back.
It took
I'm gonna write this up and I'll send you guys a picture of it and you see if you guys agree
I want to discuss this half shramp, full shramp rule, because I like the idea of adding strategy and of like maybe you don't want to hold on to the half shramp.
Yeah, the game needs strategy for sure. I agree.
So does
like
the
that.
6? You don't always have to keep a half shramp.
Yeah, because that sets up the situation of someone rolling 2 6s and then they just.
But then you can never. But then say if a half shrampy is set, you choose to roll all 3 dice, you can't get a full rack. Even if you roll 3 6s, it's still just a free for all because you reset your shrampy.
No, because that should still be a full rack. Because I mean, again, you're just setting it up so that it's harder to roll 3 6s than it is to roll 2 6s.
But then
that's the point. That means more strategy of grabbing the rib is involved.
But you could, if you have a 6, I like the idea of maybe having the option, because then you can be like, no, I'm not going to keep it. But if the person rolling next to you is like, keep it, and I'll give you 20% of the winnings or whatever.
Oh, you want side betting to become a part of the game?
Well, I'm just saying. Then people could like discuss and strategize together or something.
Oh, that's always fun. Putting alliances into
you
a
have a
game's
partner.
rule system.
No, I don't think. I think that you can't play with each other. You can't. It's everybody for himself.
That's the whole thing with Steal the Rib, because it's goblins. Goblins are just like mine.
Yeah, but I'm sure there's back alley stealing and stuff like that in trading.
Oh, that's probably true. They are,
They're goblins.
Yeah.
No honor among thieves.
Still, we'll set this shrampy up later. Shall we continue on to the cave?
Yeah. Sorry for the random. Just dropping. I don't know. My computer just decided to shit the bed. And then magically come back.
We stayed in character and talked about stuff. And
we've literally been discussing the rules for Steal the Rib for the last 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's great. I mean, that is important.
It is.
So you guys have been on the trail, headed towards the cliffs. We sort of discussed what Kenny's been up to, chatting with Tonri. Getting some info about where the other predators are on the island. What's the rest of the party up to?
After talking about the tri-top with Tonri and Kenny, I will ask Tonri, is there a chalk near here?
Oops, sorry, just 1 second.
Oi.
Sorry, I just had to connect to my other mic. I didn't realize it wasn't connected before.
I was gonna say, it sounded like you got your laptop from the 40s.
All right, so yeah, there's chalk around on the. He says, yeah, there's chalk on the cliffs.
All right, then as soon as we get near, I would love to get some.
Yeah, it shouldn't be too hard to spot.
Especially with such a nice guy like you. I blink my eyes.
All right. Anybody else have anything that they're doing, or shall we get to the cliffs?
I'm good, man.
To the cliffs.
Get to the cliffs. There's a lot we have to do today.
All right, so you guys get to the cliffs, and basically the whole wagon train sort of lumbers forward. And hold on one second.
And that's everything.
Riff raff, street rat,
I buy that.
scoundrel, take that. Let's not get too hasty.
Still, I think he's rather tasty.
I
Can I
can take a
get
hit
his
and gotta face
dick?
the facts. You're my only friend,
Whoa.
boo.
My friend played Aladdin on Broadway.
Really? That's awesome.
Yep. And now he's the guy for Blue's Clues.
Oh, all right.
Yeah. His name is Josh De La Cruz.
I wonder,
He's
like,
awesome.
what he's prouder of. Because both of
He's
those are
pretty
pretty
awesome.
big and
He's a
fun.
pretty awesome dude. So we're at these cliffs, you see.
We're at the cliffs, eh? Hello, you down there in the longboats. We require you to return with goods.
And bring a sheep.
A
Or two.
sheep.
Two.
A barrel of gunpowder. How many guns?
All right, can you guys hear me now?
We can.
Hey,
Yes.
there's that guy.
Okay,
Gotcha.
cool. I'm just had to change the input sensitivity on my microphone and get a little bit closer, because there's some dishes being done in the background.
You sound amazing right now, Thomas. You
I
sound
So
am
sexy.
turgid.
you sound like a voiceover for Discovery Channel or something.
A
Now, can you
mellifluous
hear any of the
individual?
background sounds, or?
Nope,
No,
nope.
we're
Just your
gooch.
sweet mellifluous voice.
All right,
Manipulate
and I'm
voice.
definitely talking much closer to the microphone. So, all right. So you guys are at the cliffs. Your wagon train has been brought forward. Basically, there's sort of a large opening from the forest that you've been traveling through, and I'd say it's about a 60-foot square, like sort of landing pad that leads out to the cliff edges here. And you guys can see off in the distance, what I think about a mile offshore. You can see the Rancid. It's anchored still. Flags or sails are not up. Flags are not flying. It is just hanging out. And you can see down on the beach below, there's a fire going, and you can see numerous sailors, about 6 of them, sort of hanging out by the fire. And there's 2 longboats flipped over, and they've got a bunch of gear out and stuff like that, and they're just sort of chilling.
Let's
Josh Brolin, sort of gets off the mount that he was riding on with one of the other tribesmen, and calls the Tonri for some rigging and such, for some ropes and whatnot. And being the sailor he is, says that he needs at least another set of hands, perhaps 2, to set up this rigging.
I will help him.
All right. Anybody else?
Yeah, I'm sure I can figure out how to tie some things together.
I mean, I wouldn't mind giving you a hand as well.
Oh, hold on one sec. Cat is now stuck to a laundry bag. What an evening.
Quite the adventurous cats you have there, Mr. Voice in the
He
Sky.
is quite a daring pussy.
Wow, that was taking it to a weird place there, Viz.
What? His cat.
No,
That's been a fun evening. All right, so yeah, Josh needs the help of 2 people.
I'll give him a hand.
Is it
mean-
strength based? Because no.
I mean, it's just he needs some help doing some climbing, setting some rigging and whatnot.
Definitely not. No,
Uh,
no, no.
Give you a hand.
All right, so Falyuan and Kenny, you follow Walden to the cliffs. It is just beginning to be sunset, and you're on the southern edge of the island here. So looking, you can see, down off to the east and down off to the west. And the sun is setting sort of like on the northwest side of this island. So here it is starting to get towards twilight. The majority of the party, save for, I think, just Walden, and our buddy Josh Brolin and Billy Bob, can see in low light, but the rest are, it's going to get dark soon. Same thing with the pirates who are down below.
Well, let's do this as quickly as possible then.
Yes.
All right. So Josh sets some pitons up at the top, attaches some rope, and begins to sort of rappel down the side. And when he gets, actually, I should say, before he gets goes off the edge, he says to you, Kenny and Falyuan, he's like, "All right, I'm going to go down to the bottom, and I'm going to set one of the other pitons. So it should make it pretty easy for you guys to climb down. And if one of you to come all the way down to the bottom, and the other one stay at the top for now. And we're going to send a rope back up to you. Who's coming down first?
I'll come down first.
Okay. He slips another rope through the loop of the piton and hands it to you, and ties a knot at one end and hands you the other end. He's like, "Bring this down with you when you come down."
Got it.
I lean in to Kenny. Would you like me to cast levitate on you?
No, I got this.
Okay.
I'm good, thanks.
No, just all.
He springs off the edge and starts to rappel down the side. He sets you can hear after a moment or two, the other sailors and stuff start to come see him, and they begin to gather some things up and start crossing the beach. Kenny, he has set the other piton. Why don't you go ahead and just make me a climb check?
Athletics or acrobatics?
It's going to be your choice.
I'll do acrobatics because it gives me a +2.
There you go.
13.
All right. So you make your way down down this rope that's been affixed at both ends. It doesn't take you very very long to get down to the bottom with the other rope that.
I just tied it around my belt.
Yeah, that
as I
Josh
took
told
it
you.
over.
So you're down at the bottom, and he has you tie the rope off and stuff. And Falyuan, they call up to you and tell you that they want you to lower yourself halfway down, and set a piton in the wall.
Got it.
So I also need you to make me a strength or a climb check rather.
Acrobatics
Liz is
or athletics,
going
right?
to call over 3 of the elves. Fal, can you tie this rope around your waist? And he's going to have he himself and 3 of the elves are going to hold on to the rope for safety as Fal climbs down.
Yeah, the elves will help out.
Hey, go.
Okay. You said.
Yeah, you can make this check with advantage. You've got some help.
And then.
It's either athletics or acrobatics, your choice.
Yep, athletics or acrobatics.
I would
I
do.
wonder what Mr. Strongman's
Athletics.
going to use.
Jesus.
All right.
Oh,
So
my
your 26 is no problem.
Sets the
you
piton
make
in
your
one
way
shot.
Down. You set the piton.
With
and
your
then,
bare hand.
climb down to the bottom. The sailors begin to set up some rigging, and then 2 of them sort of just climb up to the top.
Right, we're gonna need to go back up to the top too. So if you need some ballast for weight, you can use me and Falyuan because we're gonna be heading off to the temple as soon as possible.
All right. So now that you guys are down at the bottom, basically there's no problem from them how to set up the rigging with the rest of the sailors nearby. So to get back to the top, you don't need to make a check because everything's basically all set. You could just sort of you could be belayed all the way to the top.
Sweet.
You can just climb, so you don't need to.
While I'm at the bottom, I would
Yeah.
like to look for seashells.
Yeah, there's definitely seashells abound.
All right, I grab 2 or 3 handfuls.
Okay. Put them in like a pouch or something.
What you doing, buddy?
For Dunder.
Oh yes, putting a bed of seashells on top of a mountain during sunrise.
Mhm.
Well, we'll definitely be on top of a mesa, possibly at sunrise.
And then while I am going back up, I would like to keep my eye out for any chunks of chalk or anything like that I can get.
Yeah, why don't you make me a perception check from the while you're climbing? Because you don't need to make a check to climb back up.
10.
Okay, so you don't spot any along the climbing route, but you do see you're part way up, and you notice that down the beach basin, around if you were to keep going westward, you can see that the cliffs begin to get more white as they sort of go into the inlet.
Huh.
So there might be more chalk and stuff like that along those cliffs, or you might be able to find some at the top or something like that. You
Okay.
also feel like you could walk along the top of the cliffs or along the bottom and try to spot it from top or bottom.
Okay. Well, since I'm doing this on my way back up, I will.
Yeah, I mean, you can
look for the top.
continue if you wanted to. You can backtrack and just go back down and look for it.
Yeah, I mean, if we're going to be here for maybe 15, 20 minutes, then I would definitely.
Yeah, I mean, they're gonna unload all of the crates and stuff like that.
But
So
we don't have
it's up
be-
to you
we don't
guys
have
if you
be
wanna stick around.
for that, right? That's something.
No, once the
this deal
sailors
doesn't
get
really
back up to
pertain
the top,
us.
and a deal is struck basically between them and the elves. Josh speaks Elven, so it's able to communicate. And it seems like there's a trade that's going to be struck, and that they're going to get the sheep and stuff like that tonight.
Sweet.
So you guys are free to do whatever you like.
Let's leave, but while that's happening, if we don't have to
All
be
right.
here. I don't
So
think we
Kenny,
should.
you and Fel, you are down at the bottom unless you climb back up.
I'm like, let's. You ready, buddy? After the rigging's all set up, it seems like we are not needed, and we should make it back to that. At least to, find the stuff for you and back to the temple.
Yeah, it looks like there's chalk along the way here.
It said along all the cliffs, right? I mean, this is a pretty cliffy territory for what we've been seeing.
Mhm.
Yeah, you guys can investigate along the beach for a little bit if you like together. If you want to try to find some chalk,
I would love to.
why don't you make me one of you make me an investigation check with advantage because
I will
you're both searching together.
investigation.
Viz, what are you up to at the moment? You and
well,
Walden are up at the top.
yeah, after
advantage.
Fowl figured his way up and down, and I didn't have to hold the rope anymore. I guess I'm sort of just hanging out with Walden, biding our time.
Walden,
18.
I mean, you guys can also show them how to use the firearms at this point. They'd probably be pretty happy about that.
Oh, cool. Yeah, I'll give him a
Great
lesson.
idea.
Yeah.
But I'll
Because
say advanced
first,
lessons,
What-
are going to cost them. But
yeah, they should
I'll teach them,
some basics of how to load and clean them or something like that.
yeah, exactly. And how not to point them at your face.
Yeah, and how not to point them at children or animals that you don't want to kill.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
So Kenny, you were able to spot some chalk. It's sort of lines the cliffside here.
like, how high up is it?
There's some that's only about 15 feet off the ground.
Oh,
Nice.
Let's go over there, buddy.
Yes, please.
just requires someone to make a climb check of sorts, or find a way to get it out of the, chip it away. It's
Yeah. I will definitely love to make the climb check for that.
because basically it crumbles away. So everywhere else it's just been turned to dust and is washed away.
So I'm gonna turn into a brown bear and put him on my shoulders.
Okay.
And stand on my hind legs and hold him up, brown bear style.
All right.
While I assume that his height could probably get his some sort of a club or a sword or a spear to prod at the.
Yeah, I'd say
chalk
with
that.
with that height and Falyuan's height and his dexterity and your strength as a brown bear, that's no problem for you guys to make a little bit of a human pyramid. Or human ladder, if you are brown bear human
brown
ladder.
brown bear,
Brown bear, half human, half elf ladder.
There's all kinds of stuff going on this pyramid.
Yeah,
It's
whatever. Still, regardless of
Yeah.
what's going on there, you're able to make your way. So Falyuan, you're sort of face level with, we'll call it a vein of chalk that runs
Nice.
along these cliffs. So yeah, it's like a big piece, but you need to find a way to chip it away. Normally, you would imagine if you're going to harvest a piece of rock or mineral, use a pick.
Yeah, shit. Let me see what I've got
how would
here.
you like to harvest this?
Let me check my equipment and see what I've got.
Kenny, his boots are digging into your shoulders. He's rifling through his backpack. Why did you do this when we were on the ground?
If I could only speak common, that's what I would be saying. Thank you, Mr. DM, for completely accurately displaying my animal groaning sounds. However, if he takes more than 5 minutes standing on my shoulders, I'm gonna put him down and climb up and just pick it out with my bear claws.
Let's see what's in the mess kit here. Damn it! Nope, that doesn't explain.
You had a piton in your hand 2 seconds ago, man. That would do it.
Oh shit! Yeah. That is a great idea. Thank you, voice of Kenny. I will take the piton.
Bear noises.
Start chipping away at it.
Yeah. All right. Just make me a strength check.
I would love to. Let's see. Strength would be +3. 11.
Right. Yeah. You're able to chip a good fist size chunk of it off.
Oh, perfect.
I'm
And
gonna
you're
continue to be
adequate.
a bear, and then be come on, jump on, and try to get him to mount me so we can just climb the cliffside and show up to the top without having to go back by the pirates.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. Go ahead and make me a climb check. Try to climb the cliffs as a bear.
I need to get my PHB
Bear
out.
stats.
Yeah,
Just
my bears
I think in D&D Beyond we should just be able to
to do
search
bear stats.
for bear and brown bear. There we go. Just pull up the stats right here. Gotcha.
Thanks, buddy. Climb.
Climb. You have a climb speed, sir.
Oh well,
30 feet.
That just makes it a whole lot easier.
No checks need to be made. Bear have climb speed. When asked to climb, you climb.
Let's go, Falyuan, up.
Falyuan, hold on. What's your strength?
My strength is 16.
Yeah, okay. You hold on. And yeah, you guys make your way to the top. I would say right nearby where you harvested the chalk.
Nice.
And then you guys are going to make your way out to where the party is.
Yeah, and I'm just gonna nudge him forward to get the rest of the party and motion towards let's get going.
Yeah.
Are you gonna approach the elves and stuff like that as a bear?
Nope. I'm gonna let Falyuan do it, and we're gonna head off towards.
Are you trying to stay hidden? Kenny, are you trying to stay hidden?
Yeah.
All right. Make me a hard check.
Stats.
Bear stats.
Yeah, I'm gonna. Is it just in tools or is it in sources?
I just searched for it up at the top.
Search everything, right?
Hide check. Doesn't look like you have that as a thing. So normally, someone have it there. What's the normal base stat for hide? Is it Dex?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
+0.
stealth would
Then
be
it's a
dex.
+0.
Yeah, it's Dex. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm waving at
So
them.
they see the bear. They're definitely like Tom. Tonri's like, what is that? You know, and he's like, he's fiddling around with the guns and stuff. And sort of like points the gun in that direction. Walden, what do you say? He's like, what is that thing?
I'm like, oh, wait a second. That there's my friend.
What?
Let's remember these are dangerous. That's it. Guys, gather around. Point. You don't want to point your gun at things unless you intend to kill them.
Well,
And that over there is something you do not intend to kill.
At least not that one specifically.
That's your friend? What do you mean?
Well, how do I explain it? Well, you have the shaman at your village, correct? He taps into natural powers. Mm-hmm. My friend here can tap into some natural powers and make himself into that creature. We call that a bear. A bear. Now, a gun is very good at killing a bear. And I'm going to push your barrel down to the ground now. It's
He
very
like lets you
good.
lower it.
Very good at killing one, but that's one we don't want to kill because that one is my friend who's a gnome.
Okay.
Does that make
He
sense?
seems confused, but at the same time, you've shown him how to use the gun, so he's like not just gonna like shoot this thing in front of you that you obviously don't kill.
Right. Now,
So,
also,
yeah.
I don't think I've had you load it yet. I hope I didn't. Maybe I did.
He like cocks it, you know, and like bam, like I know what I'm doing. Starts running through the forest, taking pot shots from below.
I'm actually. Do we have anything we can set up like fruit? I want to make a little firing range.
Yeah, sure. It's getting dark.
Oh, okay. Well, tomorrow maybe if I'm still hanging around.
Viz can set up glowing targets with prestidigitation.
Ooh.
Oh, and so could I actually. I forgot I have all these spells.
You guys can do that together and set up like a whole range. That's definitely cool.
Yeah.
All right,
The
let's
elves
do it.
would be pretty impressed with that.
And I want to show them my firing techniques as well.
Yeah, so why don't you describe, you're up on the top of the cliffs. The trading's been done. The pirates and the elves are done hauling everything up and forth, or back and forth. And it seems like basically everything's tell me how you guys set up this firing range.
So what sort of targets are they used to firing at?
I think if they have any sort of large fruit, watermelon-like fruit, if we could get like a Gallagher thing going on,
Yeah,
that'd be
you
pretty
can definitely-
dramatic. Yes, thanks, Kenny. So if we could set them up, me and Viz could use their spells to make them glow.
Yeah, the elves are super impressed with that. So yeah, you guys set up a shooting gallery for a little bit and sort of teach them how to shoot.
And then can I do like an exhibition,
Yeah, definitely.
like a performance,
Like a
to try to
show?
impress them with like my crazy shots?
Yeah, go
for
ahead and
later
make me a
ones,
performance check.
I'll set up moving targets with prestidigitation.
Ooh, I
Illusions
like
for
it.
him to shoot through like the air.
All right, so
Hawk
Viz, why don't you
and-
make me a Arcana check while Walden makes me a performance check?
Yeah, I'm creating all these like fantastical dinosaur.
Oh, do I get advantage because he's helping me out?
And
18.
between rounds, I'll clean
my
up
Arcana.
all of the fruit that's on the ground as a bear. I'll just like sweep by like a Zamboni and just eat all of the fruit that's on the ground.
All right, so Viz, is that your Arcana?
Yes.
All right, so basically you've got like this circling pattern of fruit and lights that are sort of doing like a kind of like a rotating wheel type thing. You like levitate the fruit and like kind of make them glow.
There's 2 layers and they're doing opposite direction concentric circles.
Oh,
I want
yeah.
to take my revolver and do like 6 quick shots. Can I get advantage because he's helping? He's doing like.
Oh
this
yeah,
quick-
definitely. He can like
Okay.
guide things in the direction that you want.
Yeah.
Well, I
for
just
sure.
not to hit them, but I meant like just to make it like a performance. But yeah,
Yeah,
whatever.
Oh yeah, when you hit, I'll definitely do like explosions of light.
like explosions and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Oh, I got an 11.
Ooh, an 11. All right,
Thank-
so the performance is okay. Well, then it's not your best.
Yeah.
But it's definitely good enough for the audience. I'd say the pirates are less impressed, and like it's one of those things where the elves are like, "Whoa!" Like they're so excited about it. They think it's so cool, and you can see the pirates are like, "Yeah, lame party."
We're doing
Um,
kids magic basically.
Yeah, exactly. You're showing off for, in their minds, you're like showing off for children, and you're doing something that's like really easy.
Right.
But it's
That's fine.
definitely got a lot of flair, and
Hell yeah.
and right now,
Pyrotechnics are great.
so I'd say Josh Brolin's like, yeah, well, not the worst
Shut up,
show I've
Josh
ever
Brolin.
seen.
Have I
Josh
caught up
Brolin.
with them at this point, Tom?
Yeah, you guys have all caught up together.
Okay. I tell them, when you guys are done here, it is best we take off ASAP.
Oh, we can be done.
Well, if you guys are ready to go, you can venture away from the rest of the party. I mean, Josh is the rest of the pirates are down at the bottom loading their stuff, and the elves are going to be hanging out. So Josh will ask you guys. He's like, "So, what's your plan? Like,
So
are
leave
you
as soon
coming?
as
Are you coming
possible.
with us soon, or when do we? Because I'm bringing the cargo back to Ringo. We're gonna load everything up tonight.
Well, you guys
heard
shouldn't
we
go
may
anywhere.
not be where we thought we were, so I think change.
Right, that was
plans
made
have
clear
changed.
back at the.
We have
So,
to
Yeah, I don't
check
know,
out
man, if
that
you wanna-
temple you saw earlier, so that may take a day or two. Would you and your crew be willing to wait for us?
There too.
But wait a second. If I could diplomatize you for a second, I
What do you
think you
want?
guys want to wait for us because what we're doing might be able to find us a way home. And
Oh.
you guys are
Okay.
pretty much halfway across the world, and you don't want to just be riding around the ocean randomly, right?
He makes
That's true. I mean, tonight Ringo was going to do some navigation and stuff. Maybe we can just reconvene tomorrow.
How about the next day? Don't we need that much?
At least we don't know what's in that temple. It could, it could take an hour. It could take 3 days, depending on.
Give
what
us
we
a couple
find.
of days. You guys just got a bunch of fruit that I blew up.
He's like, yeah, about that.
As I'm shaking my head at you as a bear, like X-May on the fruit because I'm eating it all.
Here, let me roll persuasion. That's cool.
Yeah. So, all right, make me a diplomacy check. Yeah.
A persuasion or diplomacy?
Is there
There
diplomacy?
is no
Does that
diplomacy.
exist?
It's just persuasion.
All right, then persuasion. Yeah, because you're trying to convince him to,
Ah, my rolls are horrible.
12. He's like, yeah. All right. I mean, you guys are paying us, so sure.
All right.
You got
Let me
it.
see it.
2 days.
2 days.
We'll let you know what.
If we don't see you guys in 2 days, though, we might.
You're
set
gonna wait
sail.
longer.
What?
What were you saying?
So 2 days. If we don't see you, assume the worst.
We'll
I think we'll
send-
be able to. We'll
we'll
be able to
send a
get you a
message by
message.
then.
Yeah. Don't you worry about
updating
that.
you on our current state.
He's like, all right then. He offers a hand to shake to like the whole party, just like one.
Well, you're the one doing all the persuasion.
I'll shake it. I'm gonna shake that fucking hand. Do I
All
need
right.
to make a check, or do I just
No, you don't
shake
need
it
to
up?
make a shake check.
Oh, cool.
It's a solid shake.
Nice.
You don't want to fail that.
Sick.
It's solid. He's like, all right then. He goes and like clips the little carabiner onto his waist and like jumps off the the rigging.
Later.
Like, please, I'm out. So
Just rolling out.
that leaves you guys. The elves are sort of milling about. Their Allosauruses are also kind of just like tied up nearby.
Do we camp here, or do we go back to the village tonight to camp?
Oh, we're going to the temple.
So where do we camp? Where do we sleep? Nighttime.
Outside the entrance of the temple.
All right. What did you have to say, Kenny? Okay, cool. Foul?
Let's get going.
Can the what are they? The Baldin? Can they show us the quickest path back to the waterfall?
Oh, yeah. Tonri's like, oh, so you're heading out tonight.
Yeah.
Right then. The waterfall's probably the waterfall you seek. I think it's probably about 2 hours from here or so.
Hmm.
Um,
Do you know an area
Just
to camp for the night that would be good?
he like gestures like around. We're camping here.
Oh, we could camp with
Yeah.
you.
Why don't we just camp here tonight? Is that all right with you?
He's like, yeah, fine by us.
We can teach you some
Cool.
games.
And his men, over the next like hour or so, begin to like unpack some tents and stuff like that, and start to cook fire and like, seem like they've got some birds and other things like that, like some poultry that they're cooking. And one of them has caught a small pig.
Ooh.
That they're also gonna cook.
I'm gonna go hunting.
Allosaurus is
Well-
indeed too.
Well, while people are setting up, I'm gonna like rummage as a bear.
Yeah,
see what I
Viz
can
will
find.
set up his, try to help set up camp for our party.
I will help him cook.
All right. So you guys start to set up camp. And hang out with the Bonbin for the evening. And while you're out hunting, Kenny, you notice that like there's some it's almost like you become part of a pack while you're out hunting. Because the Allosauruses have also been let loose into the forest to go hunting. And it's just for their own food. So basically you
I'll
form
run with
part
them.
Yeah, you like form part of a pack with them and are able to like run with them. Why don't you make me a survival check with advantage with the group of Allosauruses to see what kind of a kill you guys get.
Ooh.
All right, a 15. So a large wild boar that's like literally large size is something that as a group of 7 like pack animals you guys are able to take down. You sort of like isolate it from its like the rest of its group, where there was like a few other boars that it was traveling with, it seemed. And you kind of eventually surround this thing and it starts to get aggressive, but there's 6 Allosauruses and a brown bear.
Yeah,
So-
for good
Bear.
measure.
Large brown bear.
Yeah. So you guys take this thing down, and you're able to get yourself like a haunch, like a leg, if you will.
Ooh.
You're also able to do some foraging, I imagine, afterwards, and find some berries and things.
I'm gonna spend a little bit of time in the trees, keeping my eyes out for things that I haven't seen before.
Sounds good. Like surveying the whole area.
Yep,
Like sandwiches.
exactly.
All right. So you guys make camp. Anything special you want to do before the morning comes and you guys head out?
We
Mm,
were going to teach the Bombin steal the rib.
Ooh. All right. Do you guys want to role play that out, or do you just want to teach them steal the rib?
I would like. I mean, if everyone else would like to, I think it'd be fun.
yeah, I mean,
It's been a while
I
since
was
we've
just going-
played a game of steal the rib.
Well, we don't have the rules down yet.
Hmm.
I was thinking maybe we just.
But
this
it can
is
be
my
also
opinion.
one of those things as a running theme where you guys continue to teach people to steal the rib, and as the rules develop, then we can have a game of steal the rib.
Yeah. How about we just
That's
roll
true.
to see how well we taught them steal the rib?
Let's do
Yeah,
it.
or how well they understood it.
Yeah.
I really like that idea. Why doesn't somebody make me a performance check? I think that's the best.
Want me to do it? I get a +2.
Yeah, go ahead, man.
Yeah. Let's see how well we stole their ribs. 11.
Not bad, decent. They seem to at least like most of them grasp the concept.
All right, I'll take it.
A few of them like weren't interested, but there were 6 of
Assholes.
them. So I'd say 4 of them are like, 3 of them were like, yeah, seems pretty interesting. One of them being Tonri.
Nice. Once he catches it, it's gonna spread like wildfire.
Exactly.
Yeah, he's a cool guy.
So you guys spend the evening with the Bonbin. They just set up some interesting, like sentry devices almost. It seems like they have these little, like sacks, that are like little burlap sacks, like stuffed with stuff. And they have like, almost like torch tops on them, and they like soaked rag with some sort of kerosene or something like that, and they light them on fire and they surround the camp with them. And there's this like really stinky smoke that comes off them. The smoke isn't like really thick or anything like that, but it sort of blankets the area in this sort of like hot shit kind of smell. It's not that bad once you get used to it, but it's definitely like kind of it's like definitely their way of warding off the the other creatures and stuff like that exist around.
I guess it'd be beats having to fight off wild beasts for all night.
Yeah, so they tell you after they've set these sentries and stuff that all we have to do is like we'll wake up in a few hours and check them and make sure that we don't need to reset them, and then we don't need to really set any watches.
that is good to know.
So you guys
Time we camp, we could just poop outside.
exactly just shit everywhere. So you guys spend the evening, your first night, I should say, on the Dragon Isle. And everything goes pretty smoothly. Can somebody roll me a d20? Anybody.
I got it. 14.
All right, not bad. So the night goes pretty smoothly. You guys wake up to a glorious sunrise, kind of coming up over the trees and stuff like that to the northeast, more to the east, a little bit to the north. And it is a glorious morning. Some of the elves are up, some of them are not. The Allosauruses have all returned. And Tonri says, well, we're going to head out after we break fast, and then we'll show you best way to the waterfall.
All right.
That is a good plan.
That's great.
All right. The pirates have come back with the sheep, and all the other weapons and stuff like that they're going to be trading to them. They load the animal and everything back up. and you guys head out. It seems that Josh Brolin and one of the other pirate is going to head back to the village as well, to continue the trade.
Okay.
Oh, well, that's promising. That means they may stay a couple more days than we want them to.
That'd be good.
So you guys get about a half hour or so down the trail, and there's this narrow game trail that takes off south. To the west. And Tonray says, "This is where we part." He points down the trail. 1 mile. Take left branch. Listen for sounds of water. Find a game trail. It should lead you there.
Right, 1 mile left. Listen for water. Look for a game trail. Sounds fantastic. Thank you, Tonry.
Thank you, Tonry.
Thank you much for everything.
He gives a little bow to you guys. Best of luck
I'll
to
do a
you.
small gesture.
Viz will return the bow.
I too shall gesture.
Erotically.
With
I'll give him the old cerulean salute.
Oh boy. We don't have that kind of timing.
God.
Several minutes go by.
I pull him away by his shirt, by his.
Man, I'm not done.
Again, Viz
I love you
doesn't even know
guys.
it's happening. He's like, where is Walden?
Yeah.
So you guys then part ways from Tonry and the rest of the gang, Josh Brolin included. It is the four of
JB.
you and Billy Bob, cleric extraordinaire.
Just the 5 of us.
Hey
No, he is.
And you are headed out in a westward manner. What is your marching order?
I usually sit in the middle of the pack.
I'll be up front.
I will
Alright,
be.
so
in
we got
front.
Kenny up front.
That's
Fayoun,
on the rear.
Mhm.
Oh,
what'd you
okay.
say?
I said I will be up front with Kenny.
I'll be in the rear.
Yeah, does someone want to guard the rear who feels
Let's-
comfortable?
I'll do it.
Billy Bob's like, I'll go in the rear.
Listen, you ER mother. God.
It's like, what
You're
now?
You're supposed to be bright and sunny. Your god is Gobadiah, right? He's all.
His
Wobadiah?
presence is hard to feel here.
Huh.
Oh yes, Nate. During the last couple of weeks, we've created a sort of pantheon in Mithril, a custom one. And
It's taken pretty good shape.
it's pretty fun. It's fun doing
Oh,
it.
nice.
But
That's
yeah, so
awesome.
Billy Bob no longer worships Palor. He worships the god Gobada, who is our world's version of Palor.
Same thing, but yeah,
Joe Beda.
different name.
It's
Gobadiah.
Jobeda. Not Jebediah. It's
Gobadiah.
Gibadiah,
Awesome.
I believe it's Gibadiah.
Jobeda.
Jobeda. It's
You say tomato, I say something completely
You
different.
also say Jobeda.
So we're traveling down this. Do I find that left-hand turn at Albuquerque?
Hold on. I'm just setting up your marching order.
Oh.
I've got a little box
Marching.
shape. It looks like Fayoun and Kenny in the front. It
Mhm.
looks like Billy Bob and Walden in the back. And Viz,
Oh, yeah.
smack in the center.
like royalty.
Or
You guys
glass
know
cannon?
Guard
mean-
me.
About a between 5 and 7 foot wide game trail, winding its way through the forest here. This thick, dense jungle, and now after about 10 minutes or so, you can no longer hear or feel the thumps of the rhino top.
The
Rhino
ri-
top?
the Riceratops.
Right,
Right.
Triceratops.
Rhiceratops? No,
Rhino top.
doesn't matter.
The
The other
single-horned one.
The rhinoceros.
Rhinodons.
Rhinodon. Let's call it Rhinodon.
Rhinodon. Ooh, that's
Yeah, that
a good
works.
one. Rhinodon.
Thank you, Ben. The Rhinodon. you can no longer feel the thumps from that or hear anybody else, and you now become more accustomed to the sounds of the forest without the Allosauruses and
The
stuff.
hooves of the ride or die have faded off in the distance.
Rhino done.
Ride or die.
No, he's right. That's
This is
that's
not
the plural.
DMX. We are not.
The plural is roundadides. Roundada. Makes sense.
And so it's one of those things that now that you guys don't make as much noise because you're, only 5 people just traveling by foot now, the forest all of a sudden becomes a lot more loud. You can hear all the birds and the occasional, strange like type of strange.
Kenny's gonna be like, hey, we should travel with a little bit of caution. Maybe that one. That we should watch out for that one. That one sounds really dangerous.
Not even a chicken.
Have you guys even seen a chicken?
So you travel down the path for about an hour.
We said a mile, right?
Yeah,
Before the fork.
a
Yeah.
mile.
That don't take that long, right?
Well, it's one of those things. It's not so quick moving. It's kind of hot and little steamy compared to where you guys were. The trail
None of
itself,
us are wearing our winter clothes anymore.
Yeah, I'm sure we stripped
I would
those off.
assume not. The trail itself is, I'd say, kind of like difficult. You guys are moving slowly through it. It's not entirely cleared out.
There's a little bit of machete slashing.
Yeah, I'd say there's a little bit of like breaking of trail that you guys need. And eventually you find your left-hand turn. And you can see that the trail it turns onto is much larger. This is about 10 feet wide or so, maybe 15 feet at some points. And it's pretty like cleared of any brush or trees or anything like that.
We'll look
The
for
trail that,
footprints. in this new wide trail.
there's definitely a bunch of footprints. There's lots of large footprints of animals and such, like some big reptile-looking animals. There's also a few humanoid footprints. If you want to investigate further, you can, try to figure out what they are if you want. Or you guys can continue on.
I mean, are they our footprints from before?
No, they're not. They don't. At least they don't seem it that way.
Let's I'll just keep an eye and see if the footprints are following the same direction we were told
Viz
to
will
go
check
towards.
out the footprint itself, the size of it, the weight. Was it wearing a
Yeah,
boot?
give me a investigation check to sort of check out the whole area. As you guys
Nat
march up.
1, fantastic.
What do your elven eyes see?
Yeah.
Fall,
So-
like
Just
fall
rubbing
face
mud
first
into my
into a foot.
cornea.
Yeah, you just.
Well, no,
fall
I
face
imagine
first into a
your
muddy
Viz
footprint.
starts moving all over the area and looking at all the prints. He's like, "Oh, what is this one? What is this one?" And in the process, Kenny, he ruins a bunch of the prints. And it's one of those things where there was like a big one over here that was probably pretty pristine, but Viz was looking at the humanoid prints and marched through it, and then he's like, "Oh, what are these humanoid prints?" And you're like, "Those are your prints," and you're like, "Oh, Jesus Christ, Viz!" And you're like, "Well."
I was. Fuck it. Let's march on. We need to get to this fucking.
Well, at least you
cave,
know
right?
that there's humanoids and that there's reptiles.
So what I was gonna say before Viz started stepping on everything was, I'm just gonna see if the humanoids follow the same footprints or same direction that we were headed, like to the falls.
Make me a survival check as you continue to follow said
Don't
footprints.
worry, I've got this.
All right, Kenny.
25.
You pick up the trail on the edge of the area that Viz has stomped on. You're like, all right, we found some fresh ones. They look like they are headed in both directions. The more recent ones are headed away from the area.
That's
What would you like to do?
well, I think we're making our way towards. I'll let everybody know that So, guys, just so you know that the freshest prints are headed away from the area of the waterfall, but there are definitely older prints that are headed towards the area of the waterfall. So we may.
I mean, our
have-
priority is still the temple. You know,
Yes,
these humanoid
that's
prints
what I'm-
are kind of inconsequential.
Maybe.
Hopefully.
I
Fingers
mean,
crossed.
the idea that there were those that door with all those concentric circles might mean we need keys, and if the keys are all around this island, well, means we may have to go find keys on other parts of this island to get into this door.
At any rate, we really don't have a lot of time to waste here.
That's true. So let's head to the waterfall.
Yes.
All
I'm
right.
just gonna keep an eye on those prints.
So you guys continue down the trail. And
Watch out
I'd
for
like
the
just
auto
everybody to
scrolling
make me a
prints.
perception check.
Perception.
Perception. Check.
20.
20.
Yeah.
15.
And last but not least at all, 7. The least.
Okay. So everybody hears the waterfall, except for Walden.
Huh?
And then
I've
you get a
been
little
shooting
closer,
guns
and
too
Walden's
much.
like, "Oh yeah, I can hear it." Faintly. And you guys hear that the waterfall is definitely off to the north. Is it? No, I'm sorry, off to the south from where you are. He said before to keep an eye out for a game trail.
Mm-hmm.
Falyuan and Viz, you guys both spot a game trail
Teamwork.
that look like it should be, it's like on that side of the trail and looks like should be what should take you down towards the waterfalls.
Does this seem like a familiar trail that we took before?
It doesn't look like the same trail that you took before, no.
Okay.
But you also think that you guys are coming from a different direction.
Okay. Gotcha.
So this trail is similar to the one that you traveled on first. It's a little more narrow. Looks a little bit less traveled.
What was that time you cut out?
Yeah.
Tommy?
Still coming out? Can you hear me
got
now?
it.
There you are.
All right, are you guys gonna turn off?
Yeah, we should head down that game trail.
All right. So heading down the new trail to the south. After a few minutes, you guys hear the rush of the water start to get louder and louder. As you, after a minute or so, it sort of opens up into this large clearing, and you can see the waterfall rushing off, sort of like to the side of where you guys came in. And you can see the other trail from which you came before on the other side of this clearing.
Okay.
Nice.
And the other thing that becomes most apparent when walking out, coming out into this clearing, is you see something coming from the other path that you guys had come from a long time ago. And it looks like the heads of some lizard-like creatures. 3 of them, to be exact.
How big are they?
Viz is gonna duck his
They're
head.
medium-sized. They're bipedal.
Ooh.
They've got these little 3-claw sharp talons, 2 of them forward.
Oh shit.
So I
And
think
they seem to
I
be,
like.
stalking around, like looking from side to side, and all of a sudden they like all freeze as they like see you across the way.
Everybody hit the deck.
Yeah,
What do you guys do?
Viz already ducked his head.
Yeah, I'll make a hide check.
I pull out my spear and shield. There's no use hiding now.
All right, so give me 3 hide checks. Falyuan standing his ground.
Well done,
Oh.
Val. Don't get your legs cut off.
I'll stand my ground with
Oh,
Falyuan.
Viz is
Ooh,
hidden.
Viz melts into the forest. Walden?
I'll strap.
Sorry, I gotta check again what it is. Okay.
I'll strap my shield.
Walden.
Dude, my rolls are so bad
um,
tonight.
My lord.
I'm just
like,
screaming,
you know.
I am hiding! I am
Walden's like hiding behind me.
No, yeah,
No, I
Walden just
imagine
lets
he
out, like,
goes to a
shriek.
tree.
Like,
yeah. Or he like moves up to this tree and like puts his back to it. And it was dead, standing. And just falls.
Viz
Making
uses that sound
sound
to
and
hide.
leaving him standing there.
Boink.
I'll strap on my shield and pull out my my club with Falyuan since
All
we're
right,
leading
Billy
the pack.
Bob will do the same. He'll draw Donder, and pull out his shield. And
I look at
Go ahead.
I look at Kenny and I say, I think we found one of which you are looking for.
And the three of these creatures begin to sort of stalk forward.
You look at
towards
Kenny,
you
he's
guys.
grinning from ear to ear. He's like, I believe you're right.
And so let me get a map that we can, because I don't have a battle map for this per se, but at least we'll be able to use a scroll-like map that has Shishitos on it.
How do we know
Google.
these beings aren't peaceful?
Oh, good lord, shut up!
Hey, we didn't attack the bomb bin, and they ended up being fucking badass, awesome dudes. So, just saying.
Look at the deadness in their eyes. They are unintelligent lizard things that
You're
want to eat our
being-
faces.
For a druid, I would expect you to be a
Speciest.
bit more open-minded.
Yeah, you would, wouldn't you?
I
Yeah,
would.
Yeah, we
I don't
would.
want to get eaten.
Actually, quite
Thanks.
literally.
I actually do.
Yeah, well, too bad. I'm
You're like, I'm a racist druid. It's a weird thing. Deal with it.
I'm a speciest druid. I have nothing
He's
wrong
like-
with the races.
He's
Thank
like
you
a
very
druid
much.
that thinks the things of nature are icky.
Well,
like,
I mean,
"Oh, no!"
wait,
Nature-hating
listen.
druid.
Hey, anybody ever run into dinosaurs before? Okay, yeah, that's what I thought.
I've heard
None
of
of us
them.
have. No, I mean, they're supposed to be dead, right?
Yeah, theoretically.
Yeah,
If they ever
yeah.
existed at all.
Just like everything else that we've been running into lately. But luckily, I can turn into one of these things now.
Theoretically and scientifically and factually, they were supposed to be dead.
Yeah, I'm. Yeah,
Actually,
There's
are
really
we
no
sure
part of
that
this in which they should
any
be
of these
existing.
things exist? Are we sure that these dinosaurs aren't a hoax that we're seeing?
Oh,
They were put there
Nephral.
by...
I don't know if Nick's still here, but hey, Nick, welcome to Quest Tech.
Oh shit.
Oh, what's up? That's what's
Um,
what.
It looks like his group isn't really going right now. So, how you doing, buddy boy?
Oh man, you should come play with us. Yeah,
Please?
you should come join our party.
So, fucking join us.
With the
He-
we
he
have a
could be-
cleric that needs to
Yeah,
be
we literally
here.
have an open spot
Yeah.
for you, bro.
Yeah,
Helmed
we're just
person, come on,
waiting.
Nick K. Burgess.
We
we
Tom, I
want
can't
you
control
to join.
those.
Just join in the Quest Tech chat.
Do it. Do it. Peer
Come
pressure.
on, Nick.
Peer pressure.
If he can even hear us, if he's still here. His last message he sent was 26 minutes ago, so,
Oh damn!
Oh,
yeah.
well.
All right,
I think we dropped the ball on that one,
We
boys.
did. I just wasn't expecting people to actually be here, so I didn't check.
Well,
Great
we
job.
do have this
You
thing
blew it.
called cellular technology, so
Yeah,
Damn it,
somebody,
John, I thought
okay.
this was
Are we gonna roll initiative for these?
so let me
These-
put these raptor.
They're gonna be kind of far away from us right now, right? You said they were at the opposite end at the opening, and we're at the opening on the left.
I think
Yeah,
we're on the right side now, right?
you guys are on the left.
Oh, we're on the
No,
left. okay.
you're exactly whoever's moving those things over there. You're
You're
doing it
welcome.
right.
I'm doing it. Nathan's right behind Falyuan, and I can't move.
Yeah, Tom, can we get...
Uh,
Viz is
nobody
always...
Nobody can move Viz. He's locked because he's
He's a stubborn
he's a
one.
special. He's a
He's,
special boy.
He's hidden.
Special boy. That's. Yeah,
That
he's hidden.
is-
It doesn't matter where he is. He's ethereal right
Thank
now.
you, Tommy.
Somebody. Oop. Yep. That's Nick K. Burgess. We should just change the name of the cleric to Nick K. Burgess.
Billy Bob, Nick K, the extraordinaire.
All right, let me find some raptors. We'll go with
Nikki B. Yeah, he's definitely not here. He hasn't responded in chat.
3 raptors. Hey guys. Before we fight this, you might not want to get surrounded. Just a heads up.
All right. Before we get into combat, do you guys want to grab a drink real quick?
That would be good.
Yeah, let's take
Poop
take
out
10.
a little, whatever you need to poop.
Kiss our babies.
Yeah, do
Oh,
your
man.
thing. Anyone have a back in 5 minutes thing they can?
I shall put up very cheap type, as I've done in the past.
Exactly.
Alright, be right back. Yes.
All right.
All right, yeah. All right, we'll be back in 5.
Hey,
See you in 5, Quilsnut.
Hey, there we go.
All right, I'm back.
I also just returned.
Welcome back, good sir. So tell me about Peru. Must have put you in the works.
It was amazing, man.
That seemed like a quick trip, dude.
It was a week. We did so many miles in a week.
Yeah.
It was amazing, though. The
Whether it was-
altitude in Cusco is like 12,000 feet or
Mhm.
more. It's crazy. Machu Picchu itself is gorgeous. I mean, it rained for the first like 25 minutes we were on the mountain.
Uh-huh.
And then fog cleared through and it was nice out.
Nice.
It was beautiful. I mean, the fog rolling in and out was like very active. It was very cool. Our guide was really good the entire time.
Nice.
We had a lot of fun.
That's
A lot of
awesome.
fun.
What was your favorite thing about the trip? Like, what was most memorable?
The just the simplicity of everything,
Yeah.
kind of like. I mean, we stayed in beautiful hotels that were there was a spa. We were surrounded by the mountains and the Andes, and it's just fucking gorgeous the entire time. But like the simplicity of it, and you know, living out of a suitcase was nice for a little bit, kind of. Not having to worry, having everything, with the tour, so we didn't have to really, like, we had enough time to ourselves and had enough to do. Like, we did enough with the group that it was totally worth it.
How big was the
it was
group?
28 people,
Wow.
including
That's-
us.
Yeah, that's pretty big.
It was nice though. It was
Yeah.
like we had a group of people, so we got access to things quicker. Like because the company is so, like, it does a lot of business in those particular parts of Peru.
Mhm.
So they like get access to things. Like there was a huge line to get into one of the temples / churches, and they jumped us through the line, and we got to start our tour before like a bunch of other groups did, which was nice.
Yeah, so you guys were like, the handicap going to Disney World. You could cut the line.
Yeah, a little bit of VIP, which is nice because I mean we were the youngest group, and the next youngest group, the people were probably their mid 40s,
Uh-huh.
and after that it was like our parents' ages or older. So
Yeah.
like I helped a lot of people around Machu Picchu, like in my tour group, as like old ladies taking stairs, even with walking sticks, and walking with their husbands who are also of that age.
Mhm.
It was I did a lot of helping, which was nice. It was nice to help the group, and the tour guide, and be involved with him in a way that made him, seem exciting and fun, and so like Peru especially, we really liked Cusco. It was a really cool city.
Do you think you would want to go back, or is it one of those things where it's like, all right, that's checked off, let's go somewhere else next time?
I would go back to Cusco,
Mhm.
as long as as long as I remembered to take the altitude stuff, because one morning I had the altitude sickness pretty bad, because I forgot to dose myself like before I went to bed for
Mhm.
the altitude stuff that we were taking, and it was like getting hit by a fucking bus, man. But like they gave me oxygen in the lounge at
Uh-huh.
the hotel, like in the morning, and I had a cup of tea, and after 10 minutes on oxygen, I was good to go.
Nice, dude.
Yeah.
How was Ellie? Was she able to handle it okay? Did she get?
Yeah, she was fine. She took her doses like she was supposed to, and didn't forget to take one like I did.
She's like, bitch, I don't even need the doses. I'm just doing
Yeah,
this for you.
Pretty much, man. But it was fun. It was a lot of walking around. I mean, the elevation is higher than Colorado, even at the lowest altitude.
Oh, that's high.
Damn, yeah, that's crazy.
Dude, it's so Cusco is at 12,000 feet.
Mm-hmm.
That's 12,000 feet. That's like 2 miles. Holy shit.
Yeah. Yeah, and then parts of Cusco that we were walking were like 14,000 feet. It's crazy when you fly into Cusco because you like the plane has to like fly around the mountain to land in the landing strip, because you just look around and you're like flying in a jet plane and there are fucking mountains like, really close to you, like not in a normal way, like that you think about when you're flying anywhere else. You're like, oh my god, these things are close. Like, what the fuck?
Crazy.
It's and then I felt the altitude as soon as we stepped off the plane from Lima to Cusco. We stepped off the plane and it was like, we walked down a staircase to like the tarmac and then up a ramp into the airport. And by the time I got to the top of the ramp in the airport, I was like, well, I should probably slow down. Allison was like 30 feet behind me, taking her time. She was breathing real calm, and she was like, yeah, you need to slow down. I was like, you're right. I need to slow down. She was like, here, take this. This will make us feel better for the rest of the trip. And then we got to Machu Picchu. Was a little lower than Cusco, which is nice. At least the city below Machu Picchu is. It's called Aguas Calientes, and that's where we stayed. Anyway, it was fucking awesome. It's beautiful.
Yeah, that sounds
if you ever
great.
Get the chance, I will send you guys some pictures, and I've got some ideas. It gave me a lot of inspiration for some parts of Mithril.
Nice,
Oh,
dude.
cool.
Yeah, I mean, like, we all have the chance. We just don't have the money.
Yeah. Are we rolling initiative to these things that are like across the
yeah.
map?
Are you guys? I was wondering if everybody was back. I didn't want to cut your story off.
I'm sorry.
I hear everyone but Nate.
I'm
I think
back.
Nate's here. All right.
Oh,
let's
Nate's here. Nice.
let's
Okay,
all
cool.
roll initiative.
I'm going to
I
apologize
will.
for telling your awesome vacation story, Joe.
Yeah, dude. That was fucking sweet.
Let
I'm
me
happy for you, man.
move all turns. Bum. Da-da-da.
9. Walden, you can go before me.
Yeah, let's just assume the.
I don't know
fire
what's up
fest.
with my rolls tonight. Fucking
Yeah,
bullshit.
not
rolls
bad.
have been
Somehow
shit.
I'm going second.
Yeah,
Walden,
John.
why don't you be
John and I
9?
switched places.
Yeah.
Can someone roll me a d20 plus? Pardon me, plus 1.
Nate, do it,
Yes.
since you're rolling
Oh,
terribly.
Nate's got it? All right.
Oh, this is for Billy Bob.
Oh, don't do it then, Nate.
No, I'm doing it.
No, nice, did it.
14.
Ah,
Commit.
There.
14 for Billy
Commit.
Bob. Not
Billy
bad.
Bob's all right.
Everybody else enter your scores there.
Billy Bob's all right. Time to face the strange.
Changes. Gonna be a better man.
All right, so
Alrighty. So Falyuan, you're first on the draw. You're the one who sees that these things they've locked eyes with you guys and they're
Mhm.
stalking forward.
All right. I will.
Look,
Can I use my
I'm like-
move
I'm-
to?
I'm like, let's fight defensively. These things are vicious in packs. I have a feeling of what Tinder said.
So we should separate them.
Yeah, no, that'd be a great idea.
Got a way to do that, Viz? I
Viz.
whisper over my shoulder into the invisible shrubbery that
Yeah.
is where Viz is currently.
Whispers from the
I think
shaking
we
bush
should-
illusions.
We should shoot him in the face, definitely.
I'm with that idea.
What we should do is stop metagaming so Val can take his turn.
Yeah. I will move up to about here and just hold up my shield and see what happens.
All right. This is pretty much open terrain. You know, there's like some rocks and brush and stuff like that, but nothing really that's going to impede you. So yeah, you move out, just sort of like start stalking across the field, shield forward. Is that all you're going to move?
Hang on, let's see.
Remember, you're not impeded anymore.
Yeah. Let's see.
30
Actually,
feet of
down
movement.
to-
Yeah, he's got 2 legs to stand on.
Yeah, but you can dash.
Yeah. I'll just double move to about.
All right. So Fowl dashes over towards the, in a little bit of a run towards the pool, the big pool of water.
I
Billy
can run
Bob
again.
is gonna do the same.
A little too far for bow and arrow for me.
All right. Billy Bob moves up as well. Let's see, Viz. It is your turn.
So they haven't seen me.
No, they don't. You're pretty well hidden. I'd say we can even move you 1 square, maybe into the brush here.
Tizoit. Well then I will remain unseen and move about the top side of this battle arena that we find ourselves in. 2,
Yeah, it's going to be
3.
difficult terrain moving through the trees. It's the only
Yeah.
spot. Everything else is open.
So that was that was 1 full move because that was 3 squares.
Yep.
And then we've got a 1, 2, 3.
All right. And are you moving silently or hiding?
Yes, I will continue to be stealthy.
So go ahead and make me a stealth.
I shall. 15.
All right. You keep sneaking along, picking your way through the forest.
Hot diggity dough.
Walden. Your turn, sir.
All right,
you
man.
made a tree fall. You're
Yes,
standing
I sure
behind where
did.
it was.
And how far are they? Damn, they're pretty far. All right. Well, I guess I'm just gonna. I think I'm gonna pack up with these guys. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Pull out my pistol.
All right.
That's my turn.
Kenny.
I was drawing the dead tree. Sorry.
That's fine.
I'm gonna move up 40 feet. As I move up, I'm gonna put away my scimitar and rack. Put my repeater out.
All
Pull
right.
my repeater out. I'll move to there. That's it.
Alrighty. These raptors.
These eyes.
Alright. They begin to move forward.
Move forward or rush forward?
Run forward, actually.
Do they let out high-pitched screeches of hostility?
Battle cries.
Oh, good.
They're like,
Okay.
and they start rushing towards you guys. They get within 30. I'm sorry. They're gonna back up just a little. Not that close. I just be realistic. So they don't like totally rush at you, but they start like jogging across the plain. And they're within 50 something feet, maybe 40 feet. And
As a player, I am shitting my pants right now.
Nah, we've got this, Val. Don't worry about it.
okay.
Papa Viz will do another lightning
And
bolt.
Ewan, it is your turn.
I'm trying to remember what's like the fight defensively thing in 5th edition. Is it just?
I think there's a way to do that.
Yeah. What was it?
No,
if
that's
you go
definitely
to
a
turns
thing.
on your combat.
I think it's called like defend, maybe.
Combat initiative movement. It is on page.
Actions in combat. Let's see.
Yep, that would be it.
Is it just dodge?
No, you can fight defensively. Fighting defensively is what it's called.
I think what it means though is you do get a dodge bonus or something similar.
Let's see. Mounted combat, underwater combat. I see Monk gets patient defense, but
I'm not sure. I don't see it here in the actions in combat. All I see in actions in combat is attack, dash, disengage, dodge. I think it would be dodge.
okay.
Because, it's when you take the dodge action, you focus entirely on avoiding attacks. Until the start of your next turn, any attack roll made against you has a disadvantage if you can see the attacker. You make a dexterity saving throw, and you make dexterity saving throws with advantage.
Okay.
So you just
Okay.
take the dodge action.
Then I will start creeping up a little bit.
Yeah, so you can move, and then the action you can take would be dodge. Which is basically like fighting defensively. So you don't actually attack, you just spend the turn defending.
Mm-hmm. So
Wait,
I'm just like,
oh, never mind. Sorry.
I was just going to kind of get into like phalanx kind of stance.
Okay.
I say, Walden, get behind me, and just take the dodge action and help Billy Bob just kind of saunters up with me.
Billy Bob will do the same.
You got it, man.
He's gonna line up like basically right next to you, and also take the dodge. Dodge action. So he's like, he's got his shield up and stuff, and his long sword out. Viz.
I will continue to move. Well, let's see. All right. Yes, I will first roll a stealth, since I'm trying to be stealthy. All right. Continue to be silent. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. Actually, I will stay there.
All right. Anything else on your turn, action-wise?
I'm going to actually. I won't take my second move. I'll move back the 2. I am going to prepare a lightning bolt. Should the 3 of them line up here by some wondrous piece of wonder, I'm going to let loose a lightning bolt to get all 3 of them.
Okay. I will also say that on your turn, you hear some rustling in the woods.
Oh no! From behind?
From perhaps over here.
Ooh. Clever.
Oh shit!
Your party doesn't seem to be aware. They seem to be mostly focused on the.
Do I have time to change the
Yeah,
prepare
you have
spell?
you have the move. Yeah, you have the
I'm going
however many
to-
squares you've moved already.
Okay, so yeah, I'll take the 1 move and then I'm going to perceive. I'm going to look to see what that is.
Yeah, so that's so I rolled you a perception check before.
Okay, that's what that
Yeah, so that was you hearing that there's definitely something in the woods.
All right, then I will continue to prepare my spell, and that'll be my turn.
Okay.
Joe, can you back your mic off a little bit?
I mean, what you can do is, if you want, you can like actively investigate it if you want to spend your action doing that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, could I?
Yeah, definitely.
Would I have to move over there, or can I just sort of
No,
look?
no, no. You wouldn't have to move over there. It would just like basically you would just spend your whole turn being like you like. I imagine you like crouch low a little bit and you're like, all right, what the fuck was that?
Yeah,
And
I
you
think
like
that,
really
that would
like.
be more useful of my turn.
Okay.
I would rather
Yeah.
do.
Then make me a perception check.
Alrighty. Plus perception, you said?
Yeah. I think that makes sense, right?
6.
All right. So no new information. You know that there's definitely something over there. But there's no. You don't necessarily hear what it is. It could be one, maybe two, creatures of some sort.
Do they
Probably.
sound large?
They sound, your size maybe.
Okay. Alright, that's something.
Walden, it is your turn.
All right, man.
I guess none of the party knows that because I don't tell anyone that.
Right.
Let's see. They're pretty far, right?
Yeah, they're pretty far from you. They're like 60, 70 feet away.
Oh, okay. Let's see.
It's not worth it, Walden.
Take a shot?
Getting ahead of the two defenders?
That's my job, man. I guess, yeah, he has this whole fouling happening. I'll just ready a shot behind foul. Once one comes within 40 feet, I'm going to try to clock it right in its eye hole.
Can you make a little mark on the map?
Yeah. Let me just get this going here. Okay, right there. I mean, it's like
So as soon as he takes a step.
essentially.
Make my day.
I mean, you can shoot at him now with disadvantage if you want, but you could also wait.
What's that?
You can shoot at him now with disadvantage if you want, or you can also just wait and then.
No, I'll just wait.
Okay.
I
Kenny,
like to keep him on the toes.
I don't know if you're a bear or not.
Bear,
think still a
sorry,
bear.
I was just thinking. I have my repeating rifle out, so
Right. Oh yeah.
its range is 80 feet currently, so I'm gonna take a shot.
Boom.
As a
at
bear,
this-
holy
at
shit.
This lead guy. No, I'm a gnome right now.
Bear bullets.
Oh.
I'm just a gnome, not a bear. I'm a gnome. See, I'm talking. I'm a gnome.
And holding a gun?
And not grunting.
Yeah. Sorry,
Like a
I
bear?
grunt. All right, I got like a bear, kind of. So that front one, bang! My
Yeah,
gun
wide
goes off.
shot.
Yeah. And I'm like, holy shit. And then I'm gonna move forward. 20 feet. Right there. And while I move, I'll put my gun away.
Valyuan's like, do you plan on fighting with your fists?
Or claws, something.
He
I'll
can
figure it out.
barely contain his excitement.
Oh.
Yeah, that's my turn.
Alrighty. It is Raptor's turn.
Raptor's turn.
Raptor's turn.
Okay. So they're all gonna move straight ahead
As a pack?
as kind of as a pack.
Crazy.
So this one's gonna go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45 feet.
Oh.
Straight at Kenny.
Jeez.
These are all happening simultaneously. So he runs forward, jumps. He pounces at you. We're gonna
Okay.
pause mid
And starts licking you like a good little puppers.
The other one goes 5, 10,
Clammy.
15, 20,
Boom.
Yeah, it'll also get shot.
30,
Roll your attack.
35, 40.
It's been a while since I
And
have
this
made
one will
an
go
attack on this game.
5, 10, 15. 30, 40, 45. And so at the end of their move, all of them are gonna, since they've moved at least 20 feet straight toward the creature, they all just basically run straight at you guys.
So wait, you said they all moved at the same time. Is it any time does Viz's thing trigger?
I
chose to
didn't.
make
I
a
did
perception.
a perception instead.
Oh,
But Walden is going to be able to take a shot. Walden, is that your shot?
Yeah, 19.
Ooh, sweet. Go ahead and deal damage.
Yeah.
Nice. What is the revolver damage? It is
Like-
2d8 plus 4. Gosh darn. Sorry, pal.
not until I
Close
turn
their
your
way.
head. In.
Okay,
my
that's
God.
not.
Oh, that's an amazing
That's
goal.
I don't know. I
Your
could've
gun
rolled
turns
better.
into a laser cannon and
88.
disintegrates the.
19
That still
damage.
is
No,
a fucking lot of
basically,
damage.
Oh my God.
Cannon.
Ooh.
All right.
Oh,
Oh no. So you take one of them out.
Oh boy.
This guy right here gets to hear actually instead. We'll cancel that. Bleep. Bang. You shoot this one with your revolver.
Can I shoot it right through its mouth? Like its open, weird mouth?
Yeah, definitely. It's like mid scream.
It's like,
And it just
Like-
dies. And the other two are mid charge. And they pounce.
that the pouncing. Not so happy about the pouncing.
Yeah. Can you
Nope.
Kenny and Val Ewan, because he saved basically he saved Billy Bob. Can you guys make me a strength saving throw, please?
Whoa. Strength saving throw. Hell yeah.
Strength saving throw. As these things run and now they're hurtling midair, paws forward towards you. They're gonna crash right into you.
Even if I'm dodging? Does that
Remember you get a plus on dexterity saving throws.
9. I don't think I'm going to.
Okay.
I have a
so
feeling.
If it's strength, then 19.
19. Okay, so Fao Yuan, this thing lands on you, and you just like push it off with your shield, like into the square in front of you.
Nice.
Kenny, this thing lands on
Strength
top
plus
of you,
7?
and immediately, as a bonus action, is gonna make a bite attack.
Oh, it's gonna suck.
Whew.
Yeah. So 14 gonna hit you.
Let me see. Without my shield, my +1 armor. No.
Okay. So this thing's claw, this thing is on top of you. You're like pushing away against it with I imagine your like repeater in between the two of you, and its teeth are just like inches from your face. Just like
Well, no. I put my repeater away, so I'm just like I've got its little arms pressed as far away from my little arms as possible, and it just can't get to me. I'm just like I know just enough about reptiles to not know where to get bit right now. And I'm like, my God,
All
my
right.
God.
Now that these things have moved up to you guys and tried to pounce, they're now going to both make their attack. So the raptor that's on top of you now is going to try to bite you again. Because that was his
sucks.
bonus action. So
I
you
have
are
a feeling I
prone,
might get bit.
and he is going to. Does he get advantage because you're? Let's look up the prone. Let's go to.
I believe so.
D&D Beyond.
I think prone would give him like a +2, right?
Sure. Set up.
I don't remember.
Prone.
It's in the.
A
combat.
prone only movement is to crawl. The creature has disadvantage on attack rolls. An attack roll against the creature has advantage if the attacker is within 5 feet of the creature.
So it is
Ooh,
advantage
Yes,
on
it has disadvantage.
Yep. In the conditions.
Does the 17 hit you?
Meet it or beat it, baby.
Ooh, damn. All right.
I
so
have a
this
feeling
thing...
I'm gonna
It
get
really
bit,
wanted
guys.
to be a 17 with those two 12s.
Right? It was like
You're gonna take 6 damage as this thing
Oh.
bites at your arm.
I'm like, fuck my arm, you little dick bag.
You're like, oh wait a second.
The other one is going to try to
It's like a giant.
claw
It's like
at-
a giant guy, a fucking puppy, you guys.
He's gonna try to claw at Falyuan. So Falyuan, it has disadvantage
Correct.
because you're dodging.
Yeah.
2 nat
Ooh,
20s.
damn.
I mean,
Damn.
basically.
22.
22 will miss. Whew.
Look at you, all stacked up.
So
all
close.
right, you knock up against this thing.
I can
And-
hear the claws just like raking against my shield.
And you guys push these things back. So you're still prone, Kenny, and this thing's it's kind of on top of you. You're just really prone. It doesn't have you pinned or anything.
Oh, okay.
Viz, you now see what you heard before.
Oh boy.
Ripping through the forest, you can see that after the shot was heard and one of them went down, you can see 3 more raptors.
Oh
They are
shit.
in the forest line now, like
Burn the
ripping
forest down.
towards.
Burn the forest down. Burn down the whole goddamn forest.
Can't have those things getting at us. Sorry, sorry,
Um,
Joe. Sorry, Kenny.
What was the
Falyuan,
third one?
it is your turn. You see the 3 up here?
I see 2. Oh, there's the third one. Never mind. Sorry.
I am going to spear the one that just tried to attack me.
All right, he
Twice.
is right in front of you. Yeah,
Yep. So first attack, probably gonna miss.
9's definitely gonna miss. These things seem to
Uh,
have like some. They're pretty dexterous.
20.
20's definitely gonna hit.
Oh, thank God. 4 damage. Fuck.
Oh right, you know this. You do like a glancing blow on this thing as it sort of like reels back a little bit, and is gonna come back in for another bite.
Mm-hmm. That is. I will move here.
Okay.
That's my turn.
Billy Bob, not having taken an attack this turn, is going to turn towards Kenny and taunt this thing a little bit and be like, Joe Benna's might is not good enough in this place. I need to cleanse these waters. And he
Fucking hit it.
slashes down at this thing with his longsword. Someone go ahead and make me an attack with a... What does he get? Anybody know?
I think it's a
Plus
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 3.
2?
Give him a plus. That sounds
Wait, how could that be possible though?
I think
Yeah, I
it's
mean,
a
even the
plus
base
2, but he's
proficiency
got a
bonus is plus 3.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, he's not your level though.
But he's a level 2 cleric, right? At least.
Yeah, 16's
So-
good. Because 16's
Plus he's-
gonna hit.
I would say it's a 17 because he's got a plus 1 weapon.
Right.
Right.
He
Yeah,
does have a
definitely.
plus 1 weapon.
So we'll give him a plus
Mhm.
3. All right. So he hits.
Nice.
He can deal a D8 plus 1.
Oh, great.
That
Yeah,
for me.
longsword
We'll
damage.
give him a plus 2 because he's probably got plus 1 strength. We need to make a character sheet for him.
Yeah, we do.
7.
All
Come on,
right,
Nick, get on that.
slashes into this thing, and draws its attention a little bit, Kenny.
No, that's
Um,
good. Thanks, buddy.
Vid, it is your turn. You now clearly see these other raptors in the woods,
Yes, I do.
but you don't think they see you. It's one of those things where you're like hidden and you see them, but they haven't broken the tree line yet. Your friends probably hear the rustling.
I'm going to move down to here. And I'm going to shoot a lightning bolt at these 2 raptor thingies.
Alrighty. So do they need to make a...
Dex saving
save?
throw, beating a DC of 16. I assume they are going to do quite well.
I mean, I don't know. They've got an okay dex, but they don't have great saves. One's gonna miss.
Dude.
The other's gonna net.
Dude.
He like turns towards. What's
What
that?
kind of noise was that?
That was excitement.
I've never heard a mage make such a noise.
Things don't often go my way.
Crit table,
32
crit table.
damage to the two of them.
You dust these two guys.
Man, didn't even need to roll on the crit table. That was awesome.
And then Viz will keep moving, I guess. That was 2 moves to get out of the difficult terrain. So, 3, 4, 5, 6.
All right. You move yourself out into the open.
I'm like, there's another raptor coming from the jungle. I got rid of 2 of them.
All right. Anything else, Viz? That was pretty sweet.
That's it. I mean, I've done all I can do.
That was
right.
his opus.
Walden.
My opus.
Okay, cool. So, hey, Kenny, where's your repeater?
On my back, I say, as I'm on the ground.
Wait, it's on your, it's not like on the ground.
No, I put it away
Oh, okay.
as an action. So
All right. Well, I guess I'm gonna try to move over here and pistol. I don't know, like. Oh, I have a level 2 mace.
I mean, you can shoot him at close range with a pistol if you want.
Can I? But I know since we changed rules, I don't think I have point blank anymore.
Well, then
Point
don't
blank
be
shot?
point blank. You can just be like a couple of squares back.
But he's on top of Joe, right?
No,
No,
he's
not
not anymore. No.
Oh, okay, great. So I'll just move up here near Viz to cover him. I'll pull out my pistol, which is already pulled out. I'm gonna shoot at this dumb raptor guy.
Solid.
Yeah, shoot that raptor. That's definitely gonna hit.
Plus 5 and 9 damage.
All right, you kill him.
Oh, nice.
So you shoot that thing also in the head. And
And I
just like
spray his brains all over Kenny.
and Billy Bob. I imagine. Well, hold on. Let's see. Someone roll me a d20 plus 1.
Kenny, roll it.
got it.
All right, Billy Bob doesn't get his shield up in time and gets sprayed in the face also.
Fuck you, Billy Bob.
You know, it's one of those things where he like raises his shield afterwards and it splatters off of his face onto the back of his shield.
Yeah. That's just a lot.
And then ricochets back into his face.
Yeah, so now it's dripping on his armor a
It just
little
keeps
bit.
going back and forth.
There's too much blood.
How does that work?
Oh man. All right. Wow, you destroyed that thing. All right. Anything else? Walden.
Oh, can I hide? I can use a bonus action to just make a hide check.
You can try. Yeah, you're in.
You're out.
Standing out in the
I
open.
mean, I hide under some
You're
grass.
just gonna put your like hands over your eyes.
Come on, Matt. Nat 20, please.
Yeah, actually, I would love to see a nat 20 right now. To get this described.
He hides like
19.
Drax.
Oh,
Plus 10.
Why is it-
So 29.
20.
Plus 10. Is that what you have?
Yeah. Why didn't it add it? Why didn't it add it? What did I
Because
do
you did an
wrong?
exclamation point instead of a 1. You were holding down
Oh,
shift.
okay. Yeah.
So we'll
okay.
say that there's a small branch of the tree that you knocked over before.
Nice, man.
That has fallen over here.
I'm gonna aim towards this guy. And that is my turn.
You hide under a branch, and somehow everyone forgets you're there.
Hey, man. I got a little bit of magic. I could use a little magic there.
Yeah. You got more than a little bit.
Yeah. A lot of it.
Indeed.
I'm gonna use my move action to pull out my repeaters since I'm prone, and then I'm gonna shoot the one that's in front of Valuan. I
Alrighty.
don't.
Yes.
I
Thank
don't
you for hiding me.
How would you like to? It's just a regular attack, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so +5. 18 gonna hit.
18's definitely gonna hit.
18
All right.
hits.
Think,
Shooting this raptor.
A few raptors.
Oh, I thought we were fighting rappers.
Oh.
No. Raptors.
Similar.
2d8 plus 2. 8 plus 2. I can take 6 damage
All right. You shoot this thing in the leg.
as I kind of
Seems pretty worse for wear.
use the rest of my action to like pivot towards the tree line where Viz was pointing at.
Yes. All right. So there is
Sure.
another raptor there. And Falyuan, you have that one that's up next to you. And it begins to turn to run. You can make an attack of opportunity.
Gladly.
Slash rem-
Oh,
what a
boy.
time.
Roll me a d6.
Oh, dust this
Mm.
thing.
Oh,
Falyuan.
crit table. Crit table.
Finally, you get to be on the maiming
Yeah, come
side
on.
instead of the maiming side.
Ah,
Ooh, that's not gonna do it.
Never
All
mind,
right.
spoke
So
too
go ahead and
soon.
deal damage though.
double damage.
Was it double the dice, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
double all the rollables.
Double all the rollables. All right.
Rollable. Double your.
Double your rollerballs.
13.
13. All right. You stab this thing before it's able to get away. You can see it's like it hesitates as it turns to look towards the tree line from where it heard the call before, and you just like you take that brief moment where you know it's gonna run, and you just stab it.
Nice.
And you guys hear some rustling in the trees as you hear the last one running back for it. That will do it for combat.
No, we're eating chicken tonight, guys.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
we
start
are.
skinning. I'm gonna start skinning the one that's in front of me.
Viz
Oh,
would very
damn,
much
wait.
like to dissect one of these and just sort of see.
Hold up,
how
guys.
they
Aren't
tick.
these like humanoids? Don't they have like feelings?
No. They're
They're-
raptors.
Oh, they're just regular raptors. Okay, skin them up.
Viz
And
is going to take a claw.
this is the waterfall that we need to.
Yes, this is the
behind.
waterfall.
So I think we should just kind of like skin these things, take what we need, throw the rest of the bodies in a pile to try to attract some other type of, big sized predator, and watch it from behind the waterfall.
So you can turn
Anybody else
into
need-
it?
What? No, for research. As I'm like dissecting and skinning this thing and like removing its claws and writing it all down in the back of the beast area
Viz
that
is
I have.
also doing that. Or Viz is helping you dissect, I guess, because he wanted to do that
Yeah.
as well.
Yeah,
So
we
you guys,
definitely
you
do
spend
this as quick as
time
possible.
dissecting dissecting these things. Like, I mean, do you want to like study it for a while? Like, what's your goal here?
Well, I've never seen anything like this before. These creatures were supposed to have been extinct forever. I'd like to see their lungs, how they're able to survive in this world when they are supposed to have been gone. They're just general.
Well, it's not even one of those things that they're supposed to be gone.
I want to
It's
see
just,
its penis.
You've never even like some of them you've never even heard of before. It's just like they're. It seems like just like they're native to this, climate or whatever.
Yeah.
And I'd say it's more one of those things that it's not like they used to exist. Well, maybe they did exist at one point in time elsewhere, but it's like they've been cataloged before, but you've just never seen them. So I
But
imagine you probably
they're
want to
not
take
in my bestiary, right?
No, they're not.
They are not in your
That's what I'm doing. I'm cataloging them for my bestiary, as well as I'm gonna try to take as many of these giant talons I have and try to make some bitchin' ass
Viz
jewelry.
would like to grab a talon.
So Viz, I imagine you're like taking notes on this thing, right?
Yes, very extensive.
Okay.
I'm like,
Anatomical
here-
notes.
How long do you guys spend?
What time of day
We're
is it?
at the location we need to be at, right?
Yeah, it's
And it was
mid morning.
I'd say I'd take a good
An hour.
a good hour doing that. If we
as well
allow
as
it.
during that hour, stacking the rest of them and getting meat that we can eat, packed in a way that we could, use for the next like 2 nights if we need it.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to skin them and like do all that stuff, it's going to take a couple hours, depending on how much you want to harvest. Which is totally
guys-
fine. That's
You
up to
guys
you.
down for,
Well, time
2 hours in
is
front
of
of
the
this
essence.
waterfall?
With the
Damn.
boat and all of that, but I do
That's
think
true.
studying these would be. Do the other two of you want to just grab some pieces of meat off of these while Kenny and I do our best to make some quick notes over the next hour?
Yeah, I
I
mean,
feel
I'll-
weird skinning these things, but
It is reptile meat.
Yeah, it tastes like chicken.
So I've been told.
I mean, I will help them carve out the talons and maybe some of the teeth to make a necklace out of. But since I don't know anything about this, I don't know whether they're poisonous or not. I am personally not going to get any meat. Instead, I will get some water for us.
Well, but we're studying it, and it's not. Is it poisonous?
I mean, you don't know.
Well, let's take the hour to study it,
Yeah.
or 2 hours to study it. That's fine. We're at the location we need to be. It's mid-morning. If we got here before noon, it was good. Around noon, it's good. We're doing
So,
all right. We didn't
do
get
Do you guys
lost
have
in
a
the woods.
magical means in which to determine whether or not it's poisonous, or do you want to harvest it or not?
We can spend the 2 hours, trying to anatomically go over it to I guess see if there's, after harvesting the talons and teeth and stuff that we want to take, going through it and dissecting to see what the lungs and see if it looks like, a normal reptile.
Well, I
that
mean, if we
would
have
know.
a piece of a haunch and no one else is going to test, I don't have a magical way, so Viz will just take a bite.
of a raw meat.
I'll cook a little bit of it up over a fire quickly, since I assume we light a fire while
Alright.
we're here.
So you guys spend a
Well-
couple hours with these things. Go ahead and make me a survival check as a group.
All of us make a roll, or just some of
Oh,
it?
no.
Just whoever's your most survivalist.
Well,
Sure.
that
Yeah.
was
Well,
Kenny, and he
that was-
just
yeah,
crit
that was-
failed. So
Okay,
Crit
well, so you guys you end up harvesting some meat off of 2 of them. The other ones are not so, you end up carving them up and other things like that, and not really getting, getting too much usable out of them. You are able to harvest whatever claws and teeth and other things like that you wish. If you want to write any of that stuff down on character
So
sheet.
I take it we go check for the 2 that Viz says that he killed in the woods.
Yeah, you're
So
able
we
to
can
find
say there are 10 claws and
it.
20 teeth.
And
between
Viz
the
cooks
whole
up
group.
some of the meat. Viz, it turns out that none of it is poisonous or anything like that. It doesn't smell off or anything. So you're able to harvest, I'd say, about 20 pounds of meat if you want it, if you guys have a way to carry it or to preserve it. If you have salt and stuff like that on your character sheet.
I don't
Serving.
have
I
soul.
do
do so.
not.
You should
Otherwise,
just
you
eat it,
have raw meat.
which isn't going to keep very well. We could just leave it out here. See if anything shows up in the next hour or 2, and or we can just
And
go
that's
into the
exactly
temple.
what we'll segue into. I didn't forget about your role, Kenny. So, from all the harvesting going well, pretty successful adventure. Except that you you guys begin to feel that maybe you're being watched or something along those lines.
Uh-oh.
Hey guys,
Val, Ewan, why don't you make me a perception?
Oh boy! All right. Boom!
woo! Nat 20.
That helps.
24.
Yeah, there's a really large creature.
Oh.
that seems to be moving through the forest from this general area.
What general area?
Where, Tommy?
If you zoom out, I'm still clicking.
Does it perchance have 3 horns?
There.
No. It seems to be moving the trees aside.
Ewan's like, guys,
And you feel the ground shake, like...
I
Guys,
slowly get up and get my
behind the wall.
weapons.
Get behind the waterfall.
Yes.
You feel like another, like...
Now! I start running
yeah.
towards the waterfall.
Okay, Kenny
I
starts
follow
running.
suit.
All right, Falyuan follows suit. Rest of the party.
Yeah, I shall go to that
Billy,
waterfall.
follow us.
All right, Billy follows as well. You guys begin to clear the area. You've brought these other two. And why doesn't everybody make me a stealth check? Yeah, you guys have already determined the way in there and sort of made it clear you know how to get it.
Yeah.
So yeah, everybody make me a stealth check.
So
I did
12
it
is our
again.
best one.
17.
Oh, right.
Oh,
Yeah, I have a
And-
17.
he did an exclamation point again.
Yeah, my bad.
It's so
17.
exciting.
Nice. All right, so... someone roll me a 1 with +1.
Oh,
Courage.
shit. Billy.
All right, so Billy Bob trips right here. And Kenny, it's one of those things where you're like, oh no, while everybody's just like slipping in behind the waterfall.
No, well, I was gonna stay out to like watch this thing make the clearing at least, so I could see it. But now that I see Billy Bob's on the ground, I'm gonna use my bonus action to change into a bear, grab him, and start dragging him towards the cave.
All right, so what you see is
Oh Jesus!
Na 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 na.
No, this is more the you know, like wait,
What
that's
we
not-
actually see is Jeff Goldblum.
Life.
It's just got a big. It's a Tyrannosaurus Rex, but instead of like scary
Fine.
T-Rex thing, it's Jeff Goldblum's head. Holy shit! I say, as I'm
Oh, fuck me.
thinking that as I'm
so
a bear.
this
Oh,
thing
Jesus.
starts
Sweet
crashing into the
Jesus.
forest.
It's a
Jesus,
Jesus.
yeah.
Billy Bob's like slipping on the rocks, like, oh no!
Like
Reaching
I-
for your hand, Kenny. Help me, man.
Papa.
I'm gonna, like I said, I'm gonna use my bonus action to turn into a bear, and
Dragging him by his collar.
grab him by the collar like a mama bear, and like take off into the cave as I look over my shoulder.
All right, so over the rush of the sound of the waterfall, as you guys kind of creep around or slip around the edge of where the water is, and that you can't see any longer into the clearing, you can still hear the roar of this thing as it thunders into the clearing and starts to devour the corpses and stuff like that of the raptors that were left.
Can we see its silhouette through the water?
Yeah, because it's sort of like bright daylight, and this thing's massive.
Jesus.
So you can definitely see that this thing's here and they're ready to move inside and sort of get away. So what do you guys do?
Book it inside.
Yeah, we go inside.
Any
Outside again-
curiosity, Kenny?
No, I'm gonna. Well, I mean, like I said, I stayed long enough to watch it burst into the clearing, but I pulled him away as it came into the clearing and was sniffing at the bodies, and ran into the.
All right.
I'm not gonna risk it. I'm not gonna risk.
you guys
I'm not gonna
are-
risk both me and, the cleric extraordinaire as bear.
You
So-
move into where the double doors were. Do you want to close the double doors? They're still open.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm gonna turn around with the cleric in my mouth and like.
So who is first down the passageway? Like, what's the marching order in this place?
I think I probably would have been first.
Okay,
Viz
we
was
have
very
value.
close behind them.
Ewan, Biz,
Yeah, because Val did spot
Walden
it
probably
first.
next.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then Kenny and Billy Bob at the end. And so you guys make your way into this tunnel, closing the doors, the stone doors behind you, and the deafening sound of the waterfall is completely cut.
As soon as Kenny makes it in, I'm like, please tell me you can turn into that one day.
That would be helpful.
So all is dark in here. Billy Bob and Walden are going to need some sort of torchlight. And so everything goes black for you, Walden.
I think I can cast light.
Walden, sorry, Viz will cast light on Billy Bob's shield.
Ooh.
Ooh, all right. So Billy Bob's got some light shining around. Falyuan, you can see ahead of you that, there's definitely this corridor is very dusty.
Mhm.
It's about 10 by 10 foot, like square, like almost like it's just been straight carved out. Like,
Right.
it's like straight walled sides, very well hewn, and like almost like polished marble floors, but they're coated.
Does anything appear different this time around?
Make me a perception check.
21.
No.
Okay. I breathe a sigh of relief.
Still seems quite the same.
Okay.
So all is quiet now, except for the I imagine there's a slight hum from the magic from the light spell. And you're breathing. And otherwise you can't hear the water or the dinosaur or anything like that out.
Some thick ass doors.
Dummy thick.
I'm starting to fade. I've had a long
Yeah.
mission, guys.
Do you guys want to cut it here?
I mean, you guys can keep going without me. That means the stream would end, though.
In the door. That's a good
Oh, our
place to
poor
end.
viewers.
Our poor viewer.
It's
Poor
a decent
bots.
place to end.
Yeah, that sounds like a good place then. Let's
I didn't
not-
want to cut the night off. I mean, it's still pretty early.
No, it's okay.
Not really. I gotta go back to work for the first time in a week tomorrow. So
On
good to
Columbus
do.
Day?
yeah,
On Indigenous Peoples Day?
whichever you want to call it.
On Canadian Thanksgiving?
Yes, on
So was that
Canadian Thanksgiving.
was that an Allosaurus, Tom? By any chance?
That was
No.
the Trexosaurus he was telling us about.
Yep.
Are there Allosauruses by any chance?
Yeah,
Yeah.
the riders. That's what they were
The
riding.
riders.
Oh man, I could totally turn into an Allosaurus next level.
Yeah, I mean, we definitely saw a bunch of them. So
Yeah. Also, that will leave us then right at the entrance to the Shrine of the Davari.
yes,
And a T-Rex outside.
son of a bitch.
That you guys ended up running from.
Well, desperate times.
Which was probably a good.
Better part of valor, better part of valor.
Could take
You guys
it.
were able to kill some, kill some raptors. Sort of settle all your trade deals and everything like that. Is there anything else you guys want to do before we call it quits for tonight?
I
Say
can't
that I was
think of
really happy to
anything.
be back playing D&D with my friends.
Yeah, it was really
Yeah,
nice to have
welcome
everybody back.
everyone. That was awesome.